So, ladies and gentlemen, sirs and ma'ams, dudes and dames, everyone, today, Paladin build crafting. Because we got our Season 11 Paladin, who obviously relies on the castle for over 1000% bonus damage, and we can't have that. So we're gonna make a Paladin today without castle, like we would play it in Season 12. And we will try some Paladin leveling as well. And what we're gonna make is, I need materials. We're going to create a Blessed Shield Paladin, which is next to the Spear Paladin, probably my favorite one. As it seems, Blessed Shield is supposedly going to be one of the strongest Paladins available. So we should be able to get something quite amazing out of it. I mean, we get the Ward of the White Dove already. Dove. I don't know how to pronounce that. We still need to get the Mantles of the Grey Knight. Then we need to see like how good things are when we have these two items. And vibe ourselves into stuff. Oh, no, actually I can kill tier 4 bosses, right? Yeah. I'm just like always unsure how strong we are currently with the build. But we'll see. So, it's going to be an exciting day. Like, 3-4 hours of messing around with a Paladin. I definitely got to do some leveling because I did level with Blessed Spear, but not really efficient. So I got to see if there's a better way to, like a better set of skills to kind of level with the shield. Because you obviously want to level fast and efficient, right? We're gonna do that. Touch the altar. And obviously not sanctify a single gear piece, right? Because sanctifying is cheating. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Everything's fine. Oh, ow. Everything is fine. Regard keeps slamming us into smithereens. There it is. That 8 billion hit. I'm gonna like stack that Arbiter up quite a lot. I should keep that Arbiter running. Okay, Grey Knight Mantle, please. There's the chest armor, but we obviously want it in greater affix, right? Or we're not happy. So we need this one here, the Mantle of the Grey, right? Preferable with a high multiplier. Keep that one here. Yeah. It instantly like higher damage because we have now the Arbiter ulti stacked up. Beautiful. Just started Paladin. I wanted to know what would be the best way to level up fast. Is it just doing Helltide? No. You do seasonal quest line together with the rep seasonal rank. Then on top of the quest line and the rank, you should also engage with Helltide when it's available and do the whispers. From level 35 on, you should focus on strongholds because they fast track you experience-wise. And don't forget to obviously do the capstone dungeons, but always do them 5 levels over leveled. Because there's no reason to do them at the appropriate level, because that will just make them harder and take longer, where you could do them faster and take shorter. So that's that. Most certainly also level in normal difficulty. Like there's technically no reason to ever go any difficulty but normal, because all the other difficulties usually just make it unnecessarily hard and slow you down. Playing expansion, I need this build. We're gonna finish it today, so I wanted to fine-tune it, right? I played this a little bit on the PTR already, but I really wanted to give you like the best possible leveling version. And I don't want to play Auradin, because Auradin is just simply boring to play. Auradin is very powerful, but if you just don't want to have fun playing, then play that, right? So I want to play Blessed Shield because it feels cool. You have a shield and you throw it and it's going to be like bam, and it's exploding, and it's like super good feels when it hits. So that's what the vibe I want to go for, right? Something that is joyful to play, but at the same time extremely powerful. And that's what we're kind of like working with. Okay, I didn't get a single greater affix chest piece yet, but we did get... we have 2 Betrayer's Husks, so I could try to get it from our friend. Rasmus, it's not a Captain America build because Captain America's shield bounces, and with the Blessed Shield, you're using a shield that goes forward and then explodes. Okay? So here, you have this one. Sorry, let me show you. This is the Blessed Shield, and you're going to use the Shield of Retribution. Because the Shield of Retribution says Blessed Shields travel straight without returning, pulsing your thorns each second for 3 seconds. Okay? So you need a lot of thorns to make it work, but it goes like vop, vop, and then just explodes and hurts everyone. Super cool. But again, it's not a Captain America build, right? That just shows your ignorance. Like, come on now. Actually, sorry, Ramus. I just had to hit you with a little actually there. So yeah, I also did just accidentally destroy the shield that I actually farmed, so that's fantastic. A bit more farming coming before we can make the build. We also need to get the respective runes up, so it's going to be like a bit back and forth here before we get everything done. Let's actually speed up the process a little bit here, just not waste too much time on enemies. I've not played since season 3. Is there anything I should be unlocked in regular realm before season? No, absolutely not. No, Lord of Chaos. Statues of Lilith are gone. Like, reputation is gone, renown is gone. We have now seasonal rank. Seasonal rank is a new mechanic where you have to go through the seasonal ranks, and as you progress through them, you will unlock more skill points, the smoldering ash, the paragon points, that kind of stuff. There are activities that you anyways do while leveling. Hey Russ, good to see you there, partner. I saw you streaming recently. There are anyways things you would do because they make you more powerful, right? But in this case, you can actually track what they really will do for you and your character. Very useful, very convenient. Definitely should do it. Lord of Chaos, thank you for the Prime subscription. First one today. Appreciate it, brother. So it's the new way how they're handling things, and I think the new way is a good way how they're handling things, personally. Okay, this time we're not going to break that. Mantle of the Grey, we should also... Wait, Mantle of the Grey dropped here too? That's so weird. Now we're going to go for... Deceiver. When does this start, King Ghost? Tomorrow. I'm in the hospital about to have a baby, Russ. Congratulations. That's so great. I hope everything goes smooth and fast and you're not going to be stuck for 24 hours. You never know. So it starts tomorrow at 6 p.m. CET because America actually had their time change. It like in the blocks, in the usual blocks, it showed 7 p.m. About the Statue of Lilith, I started playing through with a friend who's a newbie. I'm running the campaign with him, but we still... Oh, so the statues just give you bonuses. They just give you some loot. You can still do the statues, but you don't get like permanent boosts from them anymore. So walk past the statue, use a statue, but do not feel the need to continuously engage with statues, right? If you accidentally hover past one, yeah, sure. Vohayo, nice to meet you, right? But don't feel the need to harp on there. Okay, I totally am going to have to run around with a non-greater affix version of this for now. Because I made a doo-doo. I mean, I probably could have someone from the community hand me one, but we'll see down that line. I want to keep Sunbrand as well for the time being. We have one more Grick, so let's just kick him quickly. And then we are going to level up the glyphs so we can swap over to the shield build, okay? Hardcore in D4. It makes a huge difference. If you have the seasonal rank you can follow, it is so much more fun than doing renown. Are you not wasting time, Martin? You were discovering the world with your friend for the first time. Let him have it. But on you, you have the seasonal rank, and that is the most important thing to go through. Because the seasonal rank also gives you the resplendent cash. The seasonal rank gives you the sparks. The seasonal rank gives you the paragon points, right? Just here, complete the following task. Divine Favor, Heavenly Sigils. Or here down, what was it? Defeat Tormented Uravar. Boom, 4 paragon points. Everything is fine. In case you don't have to unlock anything anymore, it's now all there. Obviously, in Lord of Hatred, things might change again. So in Season 13, with the Heraldry Cube and stuff, you probably have to do a prerequisite quest or something like that to then be able to actually use the Heraldry Cube. Turning to the Butcher, I don't think that the skills of the Butcher are going to suck defensively. You're probably going to be an absolute powerhouse monstrous tank that is unable to die. I do not believe for a single second that that's going to cause any issues, my friend. Okay, now let's see. What kind of runes do I want to have for this? I created a preliminary thing. So I need my critical strike rune anyways. Perfection, because I have that. Right? We got the spirit. Then I want to have honed. Because honed is also critical strike. And I have that too. Easy peasy. But we don't need Judicator anymore because that's justice skills. I'm not judicating, right? We have law, but we don't need law because that's also judgment. And then we have resplendence. Resplendence is great because it's for aura skills. So we need to level up sentinel and outmatch because that's for juggernaut skill. So what we're going to do is we're going to drink a potion noodle. And I was doing pit 70, I guess. Generally speaking, like, you don't have a butcher build in season 12. You're just going to turn into the butcher and then massacre things. I don't think that anything you have on your character matters for the butcher. The butcher is just going to be that kind of powerhouse. It might be literally that you can't die as the butcher, if we're honest with each other. Because I don't see them giving us the opportunity to turn into the butcher and then make it anything but a Stellar experience. So it's probably going to be like a more or less invincible mode that you just zoom through the level with and get yourself the amazing amounts of bonus XP and whatsoever. Then you end like a long ass kill streak and rinse and repeat. Dual blades and in Crimson Desert, yeah, I don't even think like you're gonna have to choose a weapon, my friend, because you can carry 3 weapons at the same time with you in Crimson Desert, and then mix and match between them. There's even like skills that allow you to quick swap a weapon to do like a special hit. So I assume that's going to be part of it. No, new skill trees are not in season 12. New skill trees are for season 13. In season 12, we're going to play the Butcher, and we're going to have a lot of fun as the Butcher. And then in season next, we're going to... focus on being a Warlock with new skill trees. And afterwards, a new Necromancer. Which hopefully finally gets some cool choices. Better choices. More interesting choices. Has the season already started? No, sir. This is season 12 preparation. We're going to simulate season 12 today because nothing changed about the build we're going for apart from losing Castle. Ergo, I will completely kick out Castle out of the skill tree. So we're going to play without that 100% damage bonus that Castle's down to, or the 1000 damage percent bonus that it is right now, and still see how good the build will actually feel. And according to my testing on the PDR, it should work. But I just wanted to get some more gameplay in with the build and fine-tune the leveling a bit. So you're pretty much getting something that is tried and tested before season 12 in the season 12 environment, right? Did they mess up on the release date again? No, they moved from the 10s to the 11s, and that happened during the presentation of season 12. Why ever they moved the date, like they never gave us a reason why they moved the date. They just moved it, right? It was just surprise motherfuckers. So like they didn't screw up their release dates. They just moved it. But they never like literally like we don't have a reason. That they never told us, not even in the content creator Discord. I was like, hey, why are we losing a day? What's happening? But yeah, no one ever wanted to tell us. So yay. Okay, I need a Sentinel. Sentinel is extremely important because that is for Resolve. So this is damage multiplier per Resolve, and we're going to get a lot of Resolve. The thing is that we're getting +4 now, so I can get... Look at how fast we can get Resolve leveled up. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's do 65s, though. It's PDR? Nope, it's normal server, but we're building our Thorns shield build in a jiffy. Thorns shield. Thorns shield. It's going to be a fun, shortened season, yes. And I think that's great because why would I want to have like a long-ass season that before the expansion, right? Paladin is still good, yes, lush, but it's boring. I like, so if you want to play Paladin, play Paladin. Like, there's no reason to not play Paladin, apart from you find it really boring. I find it really boring. Now, if you just want to have a good, efficient build, you can totally do that. I mean, there are, I think, at least 4 Paladin builds which are going to perform good, very good in the pit. So you're going to have the Paladin, you have the shield build that we're planning to do. There's the Hammer Din, which has the rotating hammer around you. I think there's a Zealot build, but I'm not 100% certain about that. Yeah, those are kind of like the real big bangers currently, right? It's going to be crazy having 12 Torment tiers. The 12 Torment tiers are pretty much just like bonus loot tiers. So you don't have to play the game in Torment 12 to even get remotely good outcomes. However, if you play the game in Torment 12, you obviously get better outcome. But if you also play the game in Torment 12, then everything will just be difficult and you can't just relax for a single second. So you pretty much got to choose your poison what you want to have. Like, right? Do you want to have the chill, mellow gameplay, or do you want like the try-hard gameplay? It's probably Torment 12. I think the best comparison I saw is going to be playing tier 16 maps consistently. So in Path of Exile, in case you never played Path of Exile, right, the highest tier of map is going to be tier 16 maps, technically, and then that's like kinda, I guess tier 17 if you double corrupt, but yeah, that's kind of like what you then tier 12 gonna have, right? So you play permanently juiced maps, which doesn't actually sound too bad for people that want this, right? For people that are used to this ARPG playstyle of always everything being difficult. It's kind of cool. And I do believe that this is something that a lot of people misunderstand because I've seen the sentiment a lot already about, oh, there's a Torment here, this is Diablo 3 already and so on. But for Diablo 4, it's like different. The way how Diablo 4 essentially works due to the open world and everything, and we actually get like, yeah, what we wanted to have, like a harder overworld because we've been working for that. Is a Wing Strike still available? Yes. Isn't Wing Strike the travel skill? I need to be sure that we're on the same page. Isn't Wind Strike is the travel skill, right? Isn't that here? No, Falling Star. I have Falling Star. I have a Brandished Paladin. I'm so sad. I think it's not. No. Vice helped. Brandished Paladin should work. I haven't tested it myself personally, but I just saw a video this morning to give you a bit of a, like, you know, don't freak out. So it seems like, at least according to Max Roll, they have a Brandished Paladin version that will work for the end game. Okay? Or maybe for leveling. No, for end game. They have one. I can send you the list. Wait. I mean, let's be fair. I don't want to say anything bad about Max Roll, but their tier lists are not always. Yeah, I mean, sometimes their builds might sometimes be the most efficient, but they might also be the most horrible to play. Okay, so here, let me get you the endgame tier list, and there's a Brandished Paladin in there, just as an FYI. So yeah, like partially they sometimes have builds up there where you're like, oh my lord, what is it doing there? But I think I need a different helmet. That's not the helmet here. Yeah, we need to replace that. I need to slowly like get better pieces for stuff we're gonna. Oh, and I need to get rid of my ring, right? Ring of the Second Trumpet is not going to work anymore. But we've been obviously like, is there a Juggernaut related skill ring? I don't even know. 11th, the season starts. Yes, tomorrow in the evening, the season starts. I don't like Max Roll when it comes to guides. They do a good job with writing a lot. But I'll be honest, I always prefer a video version of a guide. Because a lot of nuance often gets lost. For example, I have now, like, the Blessed Shield, for example, is a build that really heavily relies on thorns, right? And if you just have a written guide about that, you might just simply miss that fact. because it's a really easy fact to miss. It's like, okay, sure, we're gonna boost the blessed shield, and I need multipliers to the blessed shield. You might completely like miss out on the thorns mechanic of the blessed shield. Actually, that's one of the main mechanics where the damage is coming from, because overall you're gonna like, why is blessed shield working so good? That's because you're juicing the thorns damage to a degree where it's just crazy. And that's all to, if I'm not mistaken, the Defines aura. I'll show you. What happens if I have the base game only? You don't get the new classes, obviously not. They are only for people with the expansion. If you only have the base game, you're not getting runes, you're not having the Undercity, you don't have access to Curus, you're not getting the Mercenaries, you will not get the new region Scovis, you will not get the new endgame activity called Echoing Hatred. You won't have access to the Horadric Cube. Yeah. But you will get all the class changes, so like the actual reworks of the base classes of everything that has been from the beginning of the game, you will get those. So if you want to play a buff Necro, if a warrior, barbarian, rogue, or whatever, you can do that. But only in the bounds of the base game, obviously. I mean, you will also be able to turn into the Butcher because that's still base game, right? And that kind of stuff. Natalia, Ella's doing great. Arya too. After summer, both children are going to be in school finally. It'll be interesting. Tiny Hov at 1, Tiny Hov 2. What game is this? What? That's Diablo, good sir. And we're 1 day before the new season. 1 day! Like, what are we at currently? We're at 20 hours, 27 hours, 30 hours before the new season, roughly. Right around the corner. I need to get a bunch of, like, greater affix items because I actually need to change. You know, I noticed one thing. So I need to get a bunch of greater affix items because all the shit I have is sanctified, so I can't actually change that anymore. Okay, so we're going to upgrade the Sentinel. Then we have this finally leveled up. Perfection. We just need to do some. And now we only need to level up Outmatch, and then we're done. Then we can swap the build, chat. Okay, so this has been all just pre-work to finally swap the build. Are you going to be playing each class in Season 12? So we have a little problem, Clip Kit. I want to play every class. However, on the 19th is Crimson Desert. And I don't want to miss out on Crimson Desert. It's going to be a generational game. It's going to be probably the game of the decade. So far as it seems. Therefore, I have 7 days to do everything in Diablo I want. Now, the thing is that I'm extremely efficient and I only take 1 day to fully max out a class. So I might be able to play every class. It's still going to be harsh. And it's going to be a rough ride. But I'll make it work. Okay? So we will level like day 1. So on the 11th directly, we will level our Necromancer. We'll bring him into Torment 1, 2, 3 probably. And then we'll instantly release the respective level video. Then we'll play him into the endgame a bit. So pretty much day 2. On day 3, we're going to swap over to Paladin right away to then level Paladin from 1 to 60 and instantly push into Torment 4. And then we're just like pop. Probably going to be flying through the classes to give you all like up-to-date cool builds and show you how it works. Then we'll definitely want to touch on Paladin. We'll definitely want to touch on Necro. We want to touch on Druid because I like Druid. We will probably not touch on Barbarian because I really dislike Barbarian this season. No fun build for me, sorry. I just don't like it. We will not do Rogue, also no fun build. Rogue is actually shafted hardcore. So that's 2 classes out. We will probably do Sork because I actually do like Sork, so that might be touched. But yeah, the main focus is Druid, Paladin, and Necromancer. So those are the 3 we really have an eye on. It's just that like Rogue hasn't seen any love, so playing Rogue is like beating yourself in the dick. And yeah, I don't know. I don't have to do that. Seems counterproductive. If that's what you're into, then please be my guest. We're gonna have like 3 classes to fill on. Shredding to max? No. Druid is probably going to be... I want to do Boulder this season, most likely. Pulverize is obviously super powerful, but Pulverize is also very simplistic to make. I do love the breaking point of Boulder because it's like super interesting to do. Especially Boulder now with the bonus cooldown reduction from killstreak tiers can be made even more efficient, and you are easier to hit the breakpoints. Killstreak is going to help a lot of these builds to like hit the respective breakpoints. So I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, nice. We get some boots on the ground. Boots on the ground. Evade Spirit. Ah, yeah, Spiritborn. Thank you for reminding me. I wanted to do Spiritborn as well, because Spiritborn actually has a payback build that's super interesting. Why is payback so cool? Because payback works as a core skill and as a basic skill, and it's going to remove all your resource on every hit, but that's going to multiply the damage upwards massively. The problem is that you can't start with Spiritborn. Don't you need gear to go for Boulder? Well, you're going to start on Pulverized leveling Sheep, probably. Or we could do some Lightning Storm leveling if I want to. And then you're going to swap over to Boulder. Because yes, you do need gear for Boulder. For the runes, you need to have a DLC. Yes, you need to have DLC for the runes. Do you need... can you play the build without? You can play the build without. Any build can be played without the runes. However, if you don't have endgame runes, you're going to miss out on Quox. Quox is a 100% damage multiplier. And that's just so good because you're randomly going to just have outliers. And with randomly, I mean all the time. That are doing billions of damage. Like, let's say, for example, I hit a standard 10 billion. Right? Like when my crits are critting, I hit 10 billion. And then you have the Quox rune, which activates every 3 to 4 strikes. That means that every 3 to 4 10 billion is then just 20 billion. So yeah. And that's what you're going to miss out without runes. Now, do you need that? No. But is it kind of like going to hamper you? Yes. Usually main Barb and Rogue. Barb is going to be fire. Barb has a lot of good buffs. Barb is very fun to play currently for the people that like Barb. Personally, I don't enjoy the builds given to us. But generally speaking, Barb good. Rogue is still Death Trap and has been for the past 8 seasons despite them nerfing it every single season. I hope Crimson Desert does well on the replayability. Well, I'm not sure how well it will do on the replayability, to be honest. I know it's going to be fun to beat. Well, certainly once. But I'm not sure if you're going to then start it again with a different build, right? Or if it's like invest 100 hours, 150 hours, and then just be happy that you have beaten it, right? And you have seen everything. It's always the question. It's definitely hard to beat Souls games in terms of replayability. Because Souls games are big. Do we know the power system that comes with Lord of Hatred? Like, how do we get runes? I mean, the power system with Lord of Hatred is the rework of everything, and you get the Horadric Cube. And the Horadric Cube is going to be able to really transfigure your items. We also do have sets, and sets can have unique charms, and unique charms seem to be able to pull a unique power out of a unique item, and then you can equip that as a unique charm. Which means instead of using a shield here right now for the Cathedral Song, I could just use the unique charm of Cathedral Song, and then that's going to make me more powerful. That is probably going to be the power scaling that is being introduced with Lord of Hatred. Now, that is an assumption because they just quickly explained that in the latest developer interview, in case you missed it. But we'll have to see how it really plays. Okay? Because right now we just have words on it, but we do not have the... Like, we haven't seen it all, like, unfold, pretty much. Right? So, yeah. That's the next. Okay, we need 2 more. Yeah, I think 2 more and we're done here, right? Gucci. Do you have a leveling necker for season 12? Yes. sir. I have a leveling necro for season 12. I'm still going to level with my good old skeletons because the skeletons are just fire for leveling. And then we will transition into the golem because the golem got wholesale buffed. Yes, my friend, not just a little wit, bitty itty. It got super buffed, the doodle. Can you join a quick round with my brandish? No, sir. Not that I don't like you. We're just quickly done with the pit, and then we need to reskill to actually play the Blessed Shield and see how that does. We might do some Infernal Horde together in a bit. Warlock Summoner seems a bit underwhelming. Sir, are you certain that you're talking about the same build I'm talking about? Because Golem has been the absolute staple for Necro in Season 11, next to Shadow. And they actually buffed something very important, because Golem does have a temper to hit twice. Now, the problem was with that hit twice, that it would only apply to the actual hits of the Golem, which is stupid, right? Because the Golem has an ability that explodes for billions of damage, but that couldn't hit twice. Well, guess what changed, ladies and gentlemen? Guess what finally got fixed? So now the Golem chance to hit twice actually applies to your aspect of Fell Gluttony, which is an aspect that does billions of damage, and it also does apply to the actual ability of the Golem. Therefore, your Golem now has a 866% chance to always hit twice. So he's gonna hit like for 10 billion and then twice. Warlock summons. Sorry, Basu. I totally ranted off about you because I just wanted to gush about Necro. Yes, Warlock summons can seem underwhelming, but I do believe it's just the presentation from the people. So the thing is, you have to understand that all the people that tested the Warlock get it like for a couple of hours. And there's just not enough time to really dig into it. So I was, for example, invited to the Blizzard offices, was it 2 years ago, last year? I don't remember. And I pretty much got to test Soul Rift before it got released. And the first verdict for me and the other Necro creator there was, oh man, Soul Rift kind of seems awful. Because at that point, everyone was playing like Bone Storm, right? No one was playing Soul Rift. Soul Rift didn't exist. But then, like, after playing it for a couple of hours, the developers, like, kind of pointed out all the details about Soul Rift and what it actually is supposed to do. And in the version we played, Soul Rift wasn't giving us Barrier. So we're like, well, Soul Rift is awful. And then after we were done playing, they were like, oh yeah, by the way, Soul Rift also gives you Barrier. And we're like, okay, great, thank you. You know? Screw you. It was also level 40 Warlocks. Exactly. It was only level 40 Warlocks, ergo it's missing the respective build defining uniques. And due to the new way how the skill system works, I do not expect the players to figure it all out. Right? I'm not saying the players were bad that tested it. Like, again, this is not what I'm saying, right? What I'm saying is that it's a complete new system, how the skills and everything works. And you just don't figure this out quickly on the fly. Or you by accident maybe stumble on a strong build. I mean, we made this Blessed Spear build here that we're currently playing. We made this on day 1 of the season. And it turned out to be the #1 build at the end of the season. That's not a humble brag. It's just a random accident, right? They just hit a lucky silly goose once in a while. And Vasu, there's a funny thing. If you ever watched a Grinding Gear Games Path of Exile presentation, they presented us the Druid and their builds looked shit. Then a few days later, this is one of my favorite. Oh, wait a second. I need to show you this. Wait, this is super interesting. So I need the official Path of Exile channel because I always lose the official Path of Exile channel. So just like, so we had on Path of Exile. So we had this presentation of the, oh, let's not blind you. We had this presentation of the Druid, right? And it was like pretty much, hey, look at the Druid, it's so cool. But all their presentation they showed us in their content reveal was shit. Like it was literally like, wow, it's slow, it's terrible. And then they made this one here. It's called Druid Endgame Showcase. And in that Druid Endgame Showcase, they pretty much presented a couple of builds, actual builds, right? Not just like promotional video where you're like, oh, look at this. This is kind of like, you know, what the new class is going to be. And there in that promotion, like, it suddenly looked good and interesting. So often these presentations just suck at really showing us what builds can do. Now, let's do the important thing, chat. We need to reskill because I want to go for the... let's do that. Let's see, what did we do on the PTR again? So we're going to play. Let's save this build here, first and foremost. So we can always go back to it. Save. That is my justice. Then we're going to reskill into what I want to be. Refund all. Okay, so we are going to begin with Clash into Clash with Thorns, right? So the basic idea is that strike an enemy with your weapon, right? You get Crusaders. Whenever you cast Clash, gain Crusaders March for 6 seconds. So every 6 seconds, you kind of want to use it because you get 15 X block, 2 stacks of Resolve, right? And you get Thorns damage X20. So that's your first Thorns damage multiplier. You get a lot of Thorns and your Thorns damage goes up. But that means that you every 6 seconds have to use the Clash, right? As a buff. Then you're going to go for your Blessed Shield. And your Blessed Shield essentially has here also Blessed Shields becomes a Juggernaut skill. Blessed Shields traveled straight without returning, pulsing your Thorns outward. Again, keyword Thorns in this case. Then we're going to increase our armor. We're going to increase our blocking, gives us bonus Choboing, plus core skills do more damage. We'll go for the Fanatism aura because that's the attack speed and the critical strike chance, together with critical strike damage increase, yes. And we will go for the Defiance aura because that gives us the armor and resistance, plus life, plus Defiance aura grants Thorns, all Thorns damage by 105% for you and your allies, and Defiance aura's active releases a Nova, dealing 500% of your Thorns damage. Aha. Are we getting more points to the passive skill tree? Well, we're going up to level 70, so assumingly we would get more points because every skill can have 12 points in them. Every skill can have 12 points in them. We need more points to make things work, right? Otherwise, it's not going to do it. So we get more healing. We get more blocking fortifies you. Yes, thank you. Then we're going to play the Rally for more movement speed to fly through the level. And Rally cost plus Falling Star. And Falling Star is an additional charge, right? Plus killing vulnerable enemies reduces the cooldown, so we can spam it more often. We get more Thorns, and Thorns is again increased by 60%. So we have Thorns by 60. We have Thorns by 105. We have Thorns by, what was it, 20, right? And all these Thorns are like pulsing outwards. So that seems reasonable, I'd say so far, right? All these Thorns make sense. We increase damage while fortified, and we're going to get critical strike damage while fortified because we always want to be fortified. Then we get vulnerable damage, and we get cooldown reduction because cooldown reduction is king. We get crowd control enemy damage, and we're going to get the critical strike damage plus critical strike chance plus increased damage to weakened enemies and critical strike damage while healthy. Cool. And lastly, we're going to be playing the Coat of Arms. Your damage is increased by 75% of your armor percent and 50 of your block chance. So now we obviously need to get more block chance so we get more damage, right? It's kind of like how that works. And the more block chance, the better it is. Now we get here another unique weapon or shield, 40% damage. Thank you very much. And we're going to get more damage versus others. So it's kind of like pretty straightforward. So they actually changed the points cap from skills to 5 to 12. No, Ginger. This is for season 13. So again, no skill changes for this season. Okay. No skill changes for this season. Cool. Cool. Nothing has changed about that. Good. Now we need to change our oath because we can't play the Judicator oath. We are now Juggernaut. So casting a skill consumes 8 stacks of resolve, giving your Juggernaut skills increased damage and gain 20% increased size. Your minimum resolve is increased by 1 and no longer consumed when getting hit. So that's good. But obviously now we need more resolve and we need a way to kind of get like resolve going, right? We got our Juggernaut. Oh, we need to remove, we put you here. We get the armor, we get the holy light, we get the clash on that one. We need the falling star, and we need you. So valor skill, and that was going to give us the resolve so we do more damage. Do we know if Rally's costing life keeps the kill streak going? No, you actually need to do damage to something to keep the kill streak going. What are you going to play? I will play the Golem Necro. So I will start as that. This Paladin build I'm creating is pretty much my love child for the second thing we're going to do. Okay? So I will want to start with what we're doing here. I will want to start with the full cool, fun Paladin experience. Full cool Necro experience, and then go for Paladin down the line. Right? And we got ourselves the shield already here. Blessed Shields deals increased damage. Casting another shield will make your next 3 Blessed Shields double this bonus and cost less face, so we can actually use more shields. And I wonder how good the build will actually turn out to be. Good thing is we can redo this ring here. Wait a second. I need to redo the ring because I have the temper to cooldown reduction. No, I have the temper to lucky hit chance. But I want a temper to physical damage. Because I don't require cooldown reduction. Thank you very much. More Tormenteers this season. No, not this season, but in season 13. We are getting Torment 5. But not to play, to beat. What does that mean? So in Torment 4, you get a Bloodied Sigil. That Bloodied Sigil will be able to give you a challenge versus a boss, Infernal Horde, Nightmare Dungeon, that is bloodied, and bloodied is Torment 5 difficult. Right? I hope they fix thorns. Joker, what thorns is Buck currently? We can still look in the latest patch notes if there is something. Pulling up the latest patch notes. I mean, there's some. Notice here. Fixed an issue where Defiance Aura was not counting correctly. Fixed an issue where Defiance Aura. Fixed an issue with Retribution where it wasn't granting the full bonuses from Thorns. Fixed an issue with Blessed Shields of Retribution where it wasn't granting the full bonus from Thorns on its attacks. Fixed an issue with Fortress Rampart of Thorns where it wasn't granting the full bonus of Thorns on its attacks. So as you can see, right? The whole Thorns bonuses got reworked that they're actually working. The question rather is how well does it work right now? Right? So again, this build worked way better on the PTR, correct? But I still need to see how well it works right now. Because I obviously want to know. So we'll have to test how well it does now. Because it did do work on the PTR. Well, we can just quickly... Where's my... training grounds? New season is tomorrow. I wonder how the torment levels are going to scale. Very simple. The new torment tiers are scaling like the pit. So let's say torment 12 is going to be like pit 100 or pit 120. Which means that you can make the overworld pit 120 difficult. Kind of. That's the idea behind it. Does it take off R of light count towards your kill streak timer? See, this is how you can throw the shields out, and then they'll hold, right? And they'll explode. So obviously we have to brandish and then just put the shields out. And you can see we're doing billions of damage without even having like any... Like, we don't have any, what do I say, like... We don't have any aspects for this right now going. And we don't have the actual, like, things going on. So our Paragon needs to be completely redone. But it's actually working. And then that's with the wrong Paragon board. So let's redo the Paragon quickly. AOP classes beside Paladin the next season. Spiritborn, but don't start with Spiritborn. Don't ever start with Spiritborn, okay? I don't want to see you ever start with that class, because Spiritborn is not something you ever begin with. Okie dokie. Because if you begin with Spiritborn, you're gonna be hurt, and it's gonna be a terrible experience. Yeah? I know you're gonna say, but Pony, Spiritborn's so cool. I really want to play it. I'm like, no! Oh, shit. So far, we can't put points in Castle right now. Is there another multiplier I could take? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get Castle, but we're not gonna put a point in. Because the Castle board itself is insane for the build, which is the problem, right? But we can't, like, kind of... We don't want to use Castle. We got Hone. Where's Hone? Am I blind? Oh, I am blind, officially. So why do we need this? Because this one gives you here the block chance. And block chance is required for what the Paladin does. I need another intelligence point. There we go. Cool. Is Paladin worth buying the DLC for? I do believe that the DLC in itself is worth buying. I mean, if you're interested in Diablo and you're not buying the DLC, then I don't know, like, I don't know what you're doing. I mean, obviously, let's keep the monetary value out of the way. Like, if you don't have the money, you don't have the money, right? But if you actually like playing the game and you choose to not buy, then I don't understand why you hate fun, right? It is definitely worth it from a mere, like, it's a good perspective, in my humble opinion, right? But you obviously got to decide that for yourself. I'm not your caretaker. If you don't feel the value, then you don't feel the value. What is the Castle board? The Castle board has Castle. So this skill, Castle, is getting nerfed. Right now, it gives me 500% bonus damage. And if I actually have the full armor value, it gives me even more bonus damage. Now, that 500% bonus damage is obviously massive, right? There's no questions asked. Is Castle good? Yeah, it's good. Like, I don't understand your question. We have 8 resolve. It looks so funny throwing these shields. I wonder, can I have unlimited amount of shields? Or can I only have 3 active at the same time? It only seems to be 1, 2, 3. And if I create the 4th, it explodes. That means I can force the explosion, right? Yeah. Until season 12, 30 hours. We're closed. So yeah, right now Castle is obviously overtuned. It will still be worth it to take next season because Castle is still going to give you a 100% damage bonus. But it's just not going to give you a 900% damage bonus, which is a big difference, right? 900%, 100%. That's like 2-3% less damage. But hey, right? Who am I? Might not be putting these points in for now because we need to first activate everything. This one is going to be Resplendence. Resplendence is really important because that's our cooldown skill. If we don't have Resplendence, we're not going to be cooldowning shit, and that's going to be bad. And this is our attack speeding shit. This would be more fortify, which is always good, and more maximum life. We need one more strength. And then we get the last but not least board is Shield Bearer, which works. You deal increased damage equal to your block chance. So the more block chance we have, the better it is. Which means we obviously want to take every node that is in any way related to block chance, right? So first things first, this board is going to have Sentinel. Sentinel is what boosts all our Juggernaut skills. So with Castle and without Sentinel, this is Sentinel here, right? I could already do billions of damage. And that was just without anything activated, right? Now, obviously, we need to get as much strength as possible to get that as high as possible. While still getting here the damage to conquer-told enemies. We want to obviously have the block chance, right? Mandatory. We want to have the block chance and then block chance and block chance, because every point of block chance is a damage multiplier. As simple as it goes. Here's 2 block chance, block chance. This is just physical damage, so we don't want this. And that's thorns, which you obviously need as well. So you're going to take strength, 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 and then you're going to take life, thorns, and all the other stuff. Plus, we need to go here. Kind of. Looks super ugly, but it gives us tons of bonus damage, right? So we had 10 points left over. Do I have any block that I missed so far? I took the block, I took the block, I took the block, I took the block. I took all the blocks, right? So we could just get more tanky with more total resistance, and we could get the more life. See, this is now without castle, right? Decent, nothing too crazy. We're doing like hundreds of millions, right? That's fine. If I now would add just out of like just to see the difference, if we're now like putting the points in for castle, right? Here, let's take these. Just so you see like what the why castle is so broken, and everyone is like, what the fuck, castle? We have castle here right now. So see, that's still the 600. So we're just going instantly up to 1 billion damage, right? See? That's obviously why castle is so good, because you're just getting it. But this is still without any aspects, okay? So we still don't have any aspects for this build. Paladin doesn't use castle node at all. It still has trillions. Exactly, Z. Paladin is also, frankly spoken, super broken. In every way. By the way, my Griswold's Opus here, chat, has 58%. What a terrible Griswold's Opus, right? But I kind of needed. So, what did we need it to do? We needed to get rid of the ring, because Ring of the Second Trumpet is obviously useless. We need to get a second ring. Then all our items that can have thorns need to get thorns. So we need to get a new pair of pants, and that new pair of pants needs to lose the fire resistance and get thorns. Now, obviously, I don't have like much to work around with here, so I gotta take a life on hit. But here, that's thorns. Congratulations, right? We want that. I'm not sure if you can actually temper thorns. We gotta check that. No, but you can temper. What was it? You can temper thorns, but you could also temper on guard. Yes. I have that written on my list, but I don't remember what On Guard did. Which skill was On Guard? Like, seriously? On Guard is the one with the more block chance. Yes, makes sense, because it's more multiplier right away. Can block chance exceed 100%? Yes, and the reason for that is simple, because I guess if a higher skilled opponent hits you, then you have to have more block chance than 100% to properly block. 2 ranks to On Guard. Congratulations. Then we can have boots, and I need new boots for walking, right? What do we need to change these? Because I need other aspects. Like, this is the worst part. I don't have aspects. Like, I cannot change them right now on these items, right? So I need to change all these items to actually get aspects. Here, Consuming Resolve stacks Juggernaut Oath. So that's what we need. Here you get a bunch of Jugger. Let's see if we have them actually. So we got the aspects of the Juggernaut's Covenant, which says Consuming Resolve stacks with Juggernaut Oath, granting 96% additional damage. Cool, right? That's another double damage. We're still working with Castle Note. Well, we're not going to play the Castle Note. It's very important. So the whole idea behind today is to just ignore Castle, because again, this is just for benchmarking purpose to just see. But like there's no sense in playing this with Castle, because it simply will inflate the numbers. Resolve is good too. Yes, there is a skill for Resolve. Where's my? Yeah. Let me see if I can find what I'm looking. There's an aspect called here. Your maximum resolves increased by 2. Resolves increase your damage reduction by. So you can get more resolve and it will instantly make you more tanky, which is kind of cool. Usually you would have taken an armor glyph. So there's an armor thingy that says, wait. Here. There's the aspect of the Indomitable. Gain up to 140% armor and impairment resistance based on your block chance. Now, technically, this is amazing, right? This is crazy. The problem with this one is, why would you take it? If we're not playing Castle. So this would increase my armor, which is insane for Castle, right? If we now have Castle going, here. If we now have Castle going, yeah, sure, that's a killer percentage. I want that killer percentage, but we're not playing Castle. Right? No, we're not playing Castle, so it doesn't make sense. By the way, one thing we could do too is... I'm thinking about if let's see if we can incorporate this, because we currently don't play an ultimate, right? Because we actually play the rally. But you could technically play the Arbiter of Justice together with the Aspect of Ascension for another huge damage boost. Harlock, which level build fits to brandish later? We're going to make a level build for this build, Harlock. But honestly, like with Paladin, you could pretty much just equip Holy Bolt and run around with Holy Bolt and you would be able to level. I hate to say this, but you just take Holy Bolt, 5 points in, enhance Holy Bolt, ricocheting Holy Bolt, and then you fully max out Holy Light Aura and you're good to go. Yeah. I hate to say that, but that's it. And I know it sounds stupid, but there you go. Did I ever sanctify my amulet? I don't think I ever sanctify my amulet, which is actually good. Because I don't have another amulet. I mean, my amulet is just pure trash, though. Do I have, like... No. Do I have anything better amulet-wise? Alright, at least this one has cooldown reduction, I guess. Right? Yay. I mean, this one is just a weird amulet vibes mech game. So let's at least pick up an amulet that has something. By the way, we will have to do some Infernal Hordes in a bit, Chad. So I'll need your help so we can sanctify. We can upgrade all our gear. So we'll invite the chat to Infernal Horde with us, if you're then willing to, wanting to. Yeah, but see, we can get a free upgrade from Arbiter Form. I feel you too. So you don't even need any cooldown upgrades. I think we could just get Arbiter Form extremely easy. Without a single need, right? But what we should think about is, we should think about kicking out a rally. Because you could kick out rally and you could get Aegis. Because I forget about Aegis. While Aegis is active, you gain 40% thorns and retribution chance. So that's good. And we could probably kick out Falling Star then and just say, hey, what if we actually take Arbiter of Justice? Right? And it would also be an easy source of vulnerable. So it might be worth it. I'm gonna think about that. And what we could delete is the cooldown reduction. We could add this to just get more armor. Right? So we're just tankier in general. We get weird ass pans. Weird ass pans are going to get things. Well, he has such a nice Faith regen. It does, but technically you could regen phase over Clash, and or you could just take phase per second on respective items. It should be fine. It should be fine. But this would allow us to get the Arbiter of Justice, as we talked about. And with the Arbiter of Justice, you can play the skill here called... I need other gloves. I need other gloves because my gloves are not the ones you're looking for. Luckily we have a bunch of unique caches, so thank you. Wait, this was 200 weapons. This is collection of chaos. Thank you. I mean, I have a helm already to replace my helm because we obviously don't need that helm. Great, let's destroy. There's greater affix, we don't want it. Where's my helmet that we have? We had a random helmet, so that will give us the chance to take another thingy. Right now we played the Judicator's Great Helm, but the Judicator's Great Helm is for the old build. That one doesn't do anything for us. This PTR, nope, but we can simulate the PTR very easily. With all its ongoings, right? I mean, if it's not working here the way we want it to, I mean, we know this worked on the PTR, so again, but if it's not working here like we want it to, then it's not going to work anyways. Okay, we didn't get a single normal glove. When I need to replace just like this normal glove here currently with whatever glove I have, and then just farm a better one quickly. Because yes, your man doesn't have any kind of stock of items going on, Chan. But yeah, so with these gloves, I could go for Ascension. Ascension is this one. Casting a skill that grants Arbiter Form increases your damage by 12%, stacking up to 10 times. All stacks are lost when leaving Arbiter Form. So we pretty much have Arbiter of Justice, and then we have Arbiter of Justice, and then we have Arbiter of Justice, and then we have Arbiter of Justice. Okay, Aegis, Fanatism Aura, and we don't even have the Defines Aura in. Thank you very much.
Heard they found Erida and the Fane.
Reasonable, but without like, see that was just the damage is just ramping up exactly how you wanted to. Yeah, this is good. I mean, you gotta consider that we're missing 100% damage multiplier currently, okay? So all this damage that you see is times 100% because we're not using castle, right? So like castle, we would use even in the updated version, but it would give us instead of 500% only 100%, right? So we're just gonna live with 100% less because that's fine. We get used to it. When does this release? Tomorrow. Could probably temper arbiter duration. Is there crowd control, impairment, spear, consecration, arbiter duration? Huh. See, ladies and gentlemen, that was simple. Then what you could temper on your boots is actually the defines aura potency. So that my aura is now more potent. And you would obviously want this as a greater affix temper, right? Optimally. So that will make your thorns that you're getting even more thorny. Reasonable. Now, our amulet obviously would want to have not what it has. Now, our amulet obviously doesn't want to have life on kill because life on kill is crazy. But at least one ring to the best offense. Maybe we could get, like, if I don't get anything else, I'll just take this, right? Nah, that's +1 discipline. We don't want that. Come on, give it. Heavyweight. Nah, heavyweight's terrible. It's like cracking the armor, best offense, or iron sharpens iron. Because those are the actual decent ass multipliers that would work in a way. But in all reality, we're not going to get anything. Surely. You could reroll all of this in resource-wise, right? And you would never see a single skill. This heavyweight, I could have taken it, but it's also only +1. Why is it all just +1? Why can't it never be +2? This is probably the most frustrating thing in all Diablo, still. You would hope that the Horadri Cube fixes this, that this is not what we have to do anymore, right? But I doubt that it will ever do something for this. But at least we get this. Oh, we need to get the aspect. So that is the aspect of, let's see. We can do Celestial. That would be while an Arbiter kills, grant increased vulnerable damage up to a maximum of 125%. This would obviously not work well against bosses, right? But it would work against, as you're going through the world. Right, you just ramp this up, you just get more damage. It's great. Then we had Juggernaut's Covenant on, and we would want to have I mean, you do have Aegis, and you could do Valor. So you have the Virtuous aspect. Using a Valor skill increases your damage another by 60%. So you just randomly pop that. Possible. But we could also go for... Here, your Juggernaut skills increase damage to bosses and card-controlled enemies. Right? If I wanted to. It's just a nice little damage multiplier as well, right? Well, we're kind of like, this is fine. Is this build stronger and faster than the Golem build you put out, Sean? Similar? I will play Necromancer first. I'll definitely play Necromancer first. This is just for the Paladin lovers. So we're not making this because I don't believe in my Paladin build. We're simply making this because I want to have an alternative. Right? I want a simple, fun alternative that I enjoy playing. So we're making this. Otherwise, it wouldn't be awesome. So what we should do now, Blessed Shield has a lucky hit chance of 32%. And Blessed Shield is pulsing. So what we want to have is Ahu. Ahu, thank you. And we will want to have Quox. Because that's just going to work best. Ahu, Quox. The second rune combo is probably going to be Sir into Thol. Is Thol is the Frost Nova, yeah. Let me just see how this vibes so far. One thing I gotta get used to is not using Defiance Aura. Yeah, it sounds weird, but you don't want to use that. You're gonna jump. And we're gonna throw the shield in, and it's gonna pulse. Yeah. Cool. That's exactly what I was looking forward to. Sir, I am testing things. Please don't come in my way. Yeah, so the damage is fantastic. We like that. I mean, considering that my Griswold's Opus is still a terrible percentage, like... We need to fix, like, how we're having resource. I mean, usually you would play, obviously, the build with Starless Skies at the end, right? And Starless Skies would lead to you having all the resource in the world. So I guess we should change the rune combo until we have Starless Skies. From Frost Nova away to other things. It's going to explode, so that's always funny. Honestly, I like that you put them down and they just pulse there, and then you make them explode, right, by overcasting. I mean, it's just simple and efficient. Good thing is you can throw them out relatively far too, right? And they'll pulse, so if I put them down here and run further, then they will actually make sure that our enemies pulse for this kill streak. So let's say I do this, right? And then I run farther. Then the pulses of this skill will hit them even though I'm gone already. Ergo, right, every pulse is going to extend my kill streak. Which means if I just want to put a shield down and then just keep zooming, that should work for the time being. We're going to make sure that our Arbiter form, though... how long are we in Arbiter form? For 28 seconds. So we need to make sure that our Arbiter form casts overlap, right? Maybe some cooldown reduction or a temper for Arbiter cooldown would be a thing. So we really make sure that the Arbiter just overlaps, right? We have tomorrow's season start, but today we still need to do some Infernal Hordes, chat. So I need some willing participants in a bit. At least 2, maybe 3. So we can have fun in Hordes. I mean, for Hordes, I'm also going to activate Castle, just simply so we can blast harder. No, season 12 is tomorrow, sir. This is still season 11, and we're currently making a super good Paladin. Today is Paladin Fun Build Crafting Day. What I like the most about the build is there's actually a Thorns build, right? It's an actual Thorns build, Chan. How cool is that? I mean, we get a Thorns build running. Can you believe that? How nifty is that, ladies and gentlemen? A Thorns build. How much does a one cost 25? What do you need? Oh, I just need to play Infernal Hordes. Forget it. I just need, I need Opticide. That's what I need. I need a lot of Opticide. Because we need to get all my items up. I don't have any Opticide, so that needs to be super juiced. So we can get all the items fully upgraded we need. Ruby. Okay, we need the rune that gives resource back. What is the rune called again, Chad? The rune that gives resource back is called Lum. But what are we going to pair Lum with? So I want Lum to trigger as often as possible, right? I mean, it's probably just best to actually put the Igni in. Do another Igni? Igni. You like a ricochet? Honestly, I like the shield to ricochet as well, but sadly, that is not the strongest version of the shield. The proper why are you hitting yourself build? Well, it's not really why you're hitting yourself. It's more like why are you getting hit by my shields exploding with thorns? So what happens is you're throwing these shields, and when they explode, they do thorns explosions, right? See, look at my resource right now, just because of the Lum rune. So now that was a billion hit, ladies and gentlemen, without castle. Let's go. So a billion hit, and we're missing a 100% damage multiplier. That's good. Love to see that. Are we enjoying next season, Steve? Steve, come online right now and play Infernal Hordes with me. Demandy Ponyhov in the chat. I need you to carry me through those hordes. I need billions of Opticide. Come on, Steve, don't be like that. So Brandish, I'm noticing, still got me. Brandish is still gonna work. Come on. Brandish is gonna be great. I just don't, you know, I have very many prejudices towards certain skills, and I only like to play certain things myself. I mean, like, when I don't play something, it's not because it's bad, it's just like, I don't like playing it. Simple as K, right? That's just my way of, like, I don't like this, so I don't play this. Oh no, I have died. You lost momentum to play Killer Obscure, sir. That is a very good excuse. It's not even an excuse. It's just a very solid decision. I mean, I lost momentum on Diablo because I played PoE 2. Yeah. What can I say? I lost momentum because I just played a different game. Is PoE 2 better than D4? No, but in this season, PoE 2 had more to offer than D4. So it's not that PoE 2 is better, it's just that it had more to offer in that very moment for what I wanted to do, right? It just had more for me. It doesn't make it better. It's just a simple, like, I wanted to play that rather. No, not better. Different. Ever play Warframe? Yes, but it's too fast for me and I'm old. Sorry, had a moment there. I know there's a temper for resolve, but which temper is it again? Is it a utility temper? I know there's a resolve temper. Is it defensive temper? Here, resolve generated, right? Give me 3. Give me 3. Oh my goodness. He gave me 2. I have minimal time to play, so I never get bored of D4 Endgame. Smoogie, it's almost like that the people that get bored just play way too much of one game. I mean, a lot of the problems that games allegedly have are not problems. They're not game problems. They're people problems. Okay? I mean, like, I'm sorry. I don't mean to personally attack you, right? I don't mean to hurt your feelings. But it's mostly people problems, not game problems. I mean, like, that being said, obviously the game still has areas in which to vastly improve. Restoration scrolling at 3. Sir, you assume that I have restoration scrolls. I have played a grand total of 15 hours of Season 11 so far. I actually played more PTR than I played Season 11. Sounds crazy? Well, it is what it is, though. Honestly, this is working way better than I felt without the castle. So yeah, we're still doing billions of damage, and we don't even have castle rolling. We don't even have a single item upgraded. So all our items are not upgraded. They're not sanctified, right? And yet here we are, feeling mighty fine. Still need to work on that cooldown with the Arbiter form. So we don't run out of Arbiter form, because right now we're still running out of. But I think this gets fixed like with an item that has cooldown reduction more. But obviously you don't want to run out of Arbiter form, right? You don't want that. I guess oh, that's 4 billion damage. Yay. However, I did that. Sanctification is going away, yes, but we're getting something sanctification-esque back. Okay. So in the expansion, we get the Heraldry Cube, and the Heraldry Cube is going to have something like sanctification. No. But with all these resources, we pretty much just want to like jump forward, right? Throw some shields here, 1, 2, 3, and then just have it explode while we keep zooming forward. I gotta get used to like being very close to the opponent. Oh, well, that poor guy. I did not expect him to die this easily. Well, but he did. Okay, cool, cool. Everything works. Cool, cool, cool. So, who wants to play a pit with me? A Infernal Horde with me, chat? If you're still playing Season 12, if you want to go into the Infernal Horde, please give me your name so we can... you battle that tag so we can get you in. And then we can play some Infernal Horde because I need the materials badly. I don't mind what you're joining with. Just be competent, please. I'm dead meat. I need your carry. Right? I mean, the unupgraded. Not even greater affixed. What helmet aspect do we go for, chat? We have a chance to do a... No, you know, we could do a... Oh, shit, I don't have it. Friggity frack. I could do a Godslayer crown, probably, because a Godslayer crown would be cooldown reduction. You know what? Let me quickly try to get a Godslayer crown. Jetto, come in here. We could quickly try to get a Godslayer crown, because that's like the only item I can think of that right now gives us easy cooldown reduction without anything else, right? Steven, good to see you there, partner. Steven, how are you doing? Thank you for the membership gift. Yaku, we can get you in as well. Okay. You have like 2 hours since season 11? Yeah, then you're a liability, my friend. But that's, you know, that's fine. We don't hate you. What's the best class? For, like, in the end, I think the highest pit finishing class might be the Spiritborn. I don't think it's going to be Paladin. I don't think so. I think Spiritborn. Reasonable. But we'll see. I mean, I could be wrong. I have been wrong before. Rarely. Damorn, get you in. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ah, Damorn, I need to copy you out there. When does the season start? Tomorrow, 6 p.m. German time. Okay, I would like to have a helmet that is a Godslayer crown. Yaku, we're gonna quickly just kill the thingy here. Our 3 times and then hopefully get what I'm looking for. Okay, guys, we'll get you in. Wait, let me quickly get this here over with. Aha, easy life. Thank you for being willing to help me. The problem is, I need a... Well, you know what? Vegetto, Yaku, do you have a Godslayer crown with a greater affix? You know, let's make this simpler. Lads, do you have a Godslayer crown with a greater affix? Before I'm just trying here, for God's sake, how long? 3GA. I want a 1GA. Jaco, I don't want your 3GA crown. It feels like I'm taking advantage of you, my friend. Oh no, I died to poison. That hasn't happened in this jiffy. Specia, wait, we got 1, 2. We have 3 already. I'm gonna see, like, I'm gonna invite all 3 in if one is too slow. The season is over. You're actually right about that, Yaku. That's why I was asking. You know, I feel bad asking the community for gear contributions, but it's literally the last day and we're pretty much just trying to do a last second thing, right? We're just trying to get something off the ground quickly because I want to make a proper video about it. Okay, so then we're gonna have to open this shitty. Okay, we didn't get one. I got robbery. We still need to get a Griswold Opus, by the way, with a better multiplier, chat, because my Griswold's Opus is terrible. So let's get Yaku in, let's get Dama in, let's get Vegetto in. So we can start the fun. So here you are. I cannot invite you because you don't have crossplay on. I cannot invite you because you have don't have crossplay on. And you all don't have... Do you not have crossplay on, chat? Oh, I don't have crossplay on. Oops. Did I turn crossplay off? But when? Yeah, but when did I turn crossplay off? I don't remember. I am sorry. I am sorry, crossplayers. I seem to have turned it off at some point. What was I doing? I think I was doing some farm. Wait. There was a reason in season 10 why I turned it off at some point. Was it because I was in Helltide and people were annoying me? There's a world where that was actually the case. Because, you know, when you're in Helltide and there are other people, but other people are shit, and no offense, it's often console players. Not that console players are shit, but it's just like other people. So you turn crossplay off and you get less other people. Yeah, sorry. That's all me. I think there was a reason. So let's check some profiles, Chad. Let's check some profiles here. Let's see some good stuff. Domorn, you get that? Yeah, we get the Godslayer crown. Thank you. We'll take it. Appreciate it. So Yaka, we don't need yours. We get the one from Dama. I bet yours would have been more sexy and hot, but I'm happy. We get that. We still have to upgrade it though. Which runes did I have in it? Now I just deleted my rune without thinking because I'm an idiot. Who and Quartz. Thank you. This one of you have a Griswold Opus, chat. Here, of you three. That has more than 58%. I'd take that too. Let's see what Yaku got, chat. Okay, so we... Oh, like, that's an amulet. Apart from the heavyweight, my friend. I love to see these things. Damn, 101% for Judgment to deal double damage with triple greater affix. Okay, brother. Go pop off with your 4 greater affix shield or your 4 greater. Oh, okay. your 4 greater affix Griswold Opus on 93%. Yeah. Be cooking there, good friend. I love looking at people's equipment because usually everyone has better equipment than me. Like, even if I play a lot in a season, people end up just having absolute ridiculous stuff. And you're just like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, okay, what the fuck is wrong with you? Do 4 greater affix Starless Sky. Seriously. 4 greater affix Dawnfire. Yeah. Well, I wish... I love looking at people's equipment. It just makes me happy because it's like what you can do when you actually put time in, right, and have a fun time. Okay, we're gonna do a 10 wave and just try to get as much as possible. Kanzumi, welcome back, my friend. It's been a while. Good to see people are still around. I have a Grizzobus with 78. Yeah, I'll just hope I get one down the line. I mean, it's not important to make the build work. I wasn't playing H1Z1, but I played the culling. Oh, we're in Torment 3. Back out. Wait. Back out. It's T3. So we played the culling. Does any one of you remember the culling, guys? That was before H1Z1 times. It was this game where you landed on an island and you had to start crafting and then you had to fight each other off. And it was like, it was really cool and fun. Why can I not interact with a Torment statue? I am the party leader. Why can I not interact with a statue? Here, Bright Star. Make it Torment 4. Make it T4 star. It doesn't let me. Let's see. When it might be because we're missing here, we're missing Dawnbreaker. Maybe bug. We all have to be there. Might be that, simple as it is. Usually that's the case why it's not working. We got Vegetto coming. Do, 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 do. And this is why you do everything alone. You know, it's not like that other people slow. It's just you're party lead. It's just that, you know, like we're just impatient as fuck. So the problem is we're just impatient as fuck. When does season 12 start again? That's the most asked question, and that's why we're still gonna answer it in roughly 30 hours. Okay, we need to like get our arbiter form that it always like that we always have it up. Okay, summon Hellborn, Ether Fiend, spawn in place of elites. I hate Hellborn. I'm not a fan anymore. Hellborn used to be so cool, and now they're so sad. Arden still works, Mick. If you like to play Arden, you can just do it again. I just simply don't want to play Arden, so that's just a personal thing for me. So just ignore my preferences, right? And go with your own preferences. So 4 paladins walk into an Infernal Horde. That's actually not even the start of a joke. That's just a crusade at this point, huh? I mean, seriously, hell better be ready for that. Or just the nightmare. I don't think 4 paladins are even good for Infernal Hordes because they're just classes like Sork, for example, which is still better. It just shoots out things, right? Ether, the Exalted Hordes is for faster events. The season start already? No, we're just making the perfect build right now for the season. At least the perfect paladin build for me. Right now, ignore my movement speed. I just don't have any. Ignore my movement speed. They're gonna choose that. But yeah, like as soon as we have all my equipment upgraded, we're also gonna do a little bit of leveling because I wanted to see how because leveling with shield is like super fun, right? Have you leveled with shield, guys? Because when you level with shield, you can actually go for the ricocheting blessed shield. It's super interesting to do that. I just wonder how is the best way to create faith while leveling. I mean, you probably want to play. Do you want to play triple or just double aura? I wonder. I'm 56, just Angus Nimble has multiple buttons. Nick, that's why you play with everything on your mouse. So general advice, what I personally do, right now you see my skill bar, right? My Blessed Shield is on my right click and I run with left click. So I pretty much just hold my left mouse button down and press right click. And then in between, it's like 2, 1, 1, 2, right? So really minimal clicks for the maximum outcome there. So I don't have to like do much as well because my left arm it's not computer crippled, but I can't use it much for playing or I'm gonna be in pain. So I always gotta use builds as well that are very simple to pilot in that way. Aura Paladin deleted everything by existing. Yeah, but that's exactly why we're not playing it, because that is just too much boring for me personally. Each to their own, right? For me personally, I just missed something there. Ah, look at us sitting at 600 ether already. Beautiful. Okay, Ether Fiends give more ether. Did you want to just take Draining Spires there? I saw you standing at the Draining Spires. This is sabotage, chat. Like, oh my lord. It's the people closest to you that would take Soul Spires. It's always the people closest to you. That's how we had to find out. Probably use Rally instead of Arbiter form for leveling. Regen phase maybe. I haven't messed too much around with Rally. How does Rally exactly function? I need to actually read it. So Rally 4th gains movement speed and generates 22 faith. Okay, so you just activate it and it has 3 charges. Then increase your movement speed by 10 and generates additional 5 faith. Okay, I can see that. And Rally now costs 15 off your maximum life and can stack. Okay, I can see that. So you like it's actually pretty useful for leveling probably, considering that Rally would give you Brain, say it, come on. Rally would give you finger guns, movement speed. And movement speed is obviously king when we're trying to keep our kill streak up, right? We want our kill streak up. We want to have as much kill streak as possible. So with Rally, we could guarantee that we have as much kill streak as possible. Right? I reckon. Oh, we get goblins. Jesus, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, so that should be quite good for Zootin. I mean, obviously, we would need movement speed on our boots as well, plus a movement speed temper, most likely. When I don't have movement speeds on them, it's kind of like sad, so we need to fix that in a second. Ah, ladies and gentlemen, would you just look at that? Beautiful amount of everything. And this is where the Holy Aura Paladin comes in extremely handy. Ah. I wonder how much this is going to give us in terms of Opticide. Because I noticed like you're getting way less Opticide, right? I mean, I'm sitting at 235. So how much would we get? Or we could probably even fight Bartek if we want to. We don't need to, but we could. This is a crazy run. Honestly, those 2 waves we got have been just nasty waves. That's for sure. So I gotta say, so far, happy with the build. I mean, the resource issue is definitely their issue. That's something we are probably until we have the rune combo. I have to think about what I want to do with that. Because you definitely want to play Lum, but you don't have Igni early, so you cannot rely on Igni. Have to find something to rely on there instead of Igni. Forget how much experience hordes give you. I'm just making Paragon points here. Like that goblin wave just gave me way too much XP. Season 12 starts tomorrow, and by tomorrow you'll have like a couple of builds to make an educated decision what you would like to play or not playing. Isn't Hammer better for leveling? Personal preference, Piju. Also, this is not leveling, this is obviously the end game. So yes, there is a Hammer build for leveling, but I just like the Blessed Shield because I like to see shield bounce between targets. It makes Pony happy. Makes Pony very happy. You know, throw shield, shield go boop, 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 boop. So there's no bad Paladin leveling build. This is the very important part is there's no bad Paladin leveling build. I mean, again, you could just take the Paladin basic skill and do nothing else but the Paladin basic skill and you are good. You are actually good. You really don't have to ever do anything else but that. And that's just because Paladin is just stinking Paladin, right? When if I do my Necromancer and if I play him wrong, it would be inefficient as fuck, right? If I do a decomposed leveling build, I might as well just not. How much difference will the new Tormenteer make for the game? The new Tormenteers will not make any difference for the new game. It's still going to be the same game, only that you can now make the overworld harder and more rewarding. So instead of playing a Torment 4 Infernal Horde that you're blasting anyways, you're now playing a Torment 10 Infernal Horde that's actually challenging to do. But obviously, you're only going to do it when your build is strong enough to do it, right? If Warlock comes out, it has to be more busted than Paladin. Oh, it will be. But then again, so Warlock will be more busted than Paladin, most likely. However, due to the extensive skill reworks, I reckon we're going to have a bunch of busted stuff. I mean, let's not forget, shit's going to be wholesale reworked. Okay, so we're getting the new skill trees, and the new skill trees are vastly changing things. Power is moving more over to items. We're getting set pieces, and set pieces can get unique charms. Unique charms will in this case work a little bit like Chaos Armor, because Zavin said that you can take your favorite unique item, like the Ward of the White Dove, and you can pull out the unique power, and then use said unique power as a unique charm. So I'm not sure what we are making with that information, but that's that. Okay, I'm gonna just believe they're gonna keep me alive. Here. Where is life? Clear all life. There's life. There's life. There's life. There's life. Finally, someone. Kinase Cube. No, it's not Kinase Cube. It's not Kinase Cube. It's more going to be like Diablo 2 Cube. So they don't want a Kinase Cube. No. They're more looking for the D2 Horadric Cube. Similar to that. Flipkid, you're back. So we will start stream tomorrow around 4 p.m. Before that, I have a secret meeting with a secret developer about secret stuff that I can't secret tell you anything about. I usually start with Chem Lum. Chem was which one? That was Cast Evade. Yeah, Chem Lum could work. Somewhat work. The kill streaks in D3. Yeah, we had kill streaks in D3, but they're going to actually work really well for D4. I mean, you got to consider that not everyone played D3. I know, like, this is a very interesting conundrum because everyone always assumes that everyone plays D3, but that's not the case. Like, I did play a minimal amount of D3, right? I never bothered because I really couldn't be asked. However, I play a lot of Diablo 4. So for me, getting something like a kill streak feels amazing because I simply just haven't messed around with it much. Yeah, we can definitely do another compass, brother. Let me quickly just check if there's anything I want to keep from these items. Bunch of sad shit. Let's see what I get here. Heavenly Sigils. No, I don't need that. Maybe, here, I get a glove with two greater affixes. Yay! That's better than my glove that doesn't even have a greater affix. You know? So how much did I now get in Opticide? Interestingly enough, I got, wow, that's not a lot of Opticide. That's quite sad. So from that much, you just get this few Opticide, This really upsetty spaghetti. I'm gonna say it. I was actually hoping for a bit more. They really cut down on those numbers to make it way more inconvenient to grind upwards. I don't like it. I need attack speed, core skills, but no, actually attack speed. Thank you. And what do we have? A temper for arbiter form.
What do you need?
%. It would be better if it was more, but I don't have more. Let's do another. One of the best runs I've had all seasons. Honestly, that was a killer one. I did not expect to get 2 that good chaotic waves in a row. Yeah, the bulk of Opticide I get from early season and double goblins, they definitely obviously cut down or cut back on the Opticide amounts. Maybe a bit too much. Maybe a bit too much. Pony just getting his levels. So right now, you're going to consider we're playing with a non-greater affixed shield, right? I mean, Chad, we're playing with a non-greater affixed shield. But by the way, Chad, here, does any of my gentlemen have maybe a Word of the White Dove, Jesus Christ, I don't know how to pronounce it, in greater affix by chance? Can we look after this round? It's not 19 CET Akanor, that's wrong. It's 6 CET. Like, Blizzard did a mistake because they're Americans. Sorry. No, so Blizzard has a summertime already. They changed in America. So it's actually 6 p.m. I got saved by this as well. One of our fellow Diablo creators made me aware of this, because otherwise I would have not been there tomorrow at 6 p.m. I would have been there an hour later. Freaking doing the absolute stupidest mistake. Goddamn America. Oh, the worst one. Wait, can the Paladin just stay in the middle and that's it? Can the Paladin just stay AFK in the middle? Needs saving time anyways. Yeah, our saving time doesn't come for another few days, so we're obviously get snitched on. Okay, we're down to 42 seconds cooldown. That's still not low enough. I mean, I can reduce the cooldown by using my auras, right? But obviously we want to have it permanently active. Do people kind of build up principal characters to generate resources, then try characters? So very simple, Nick. Some characters need more Paragon points to feel comfortable. So, for example, the Spiritborn. You never want to start a season with a Spiritborn unless you absolutely know what you're doing. And the reason for that is actually quite simple. Because the Spiritborn does not do well unless he has around 150 Paragon points. So starting with the Spiritborn is actually a mistake, technically. Unless you're playing Evade Spiritborn, but this is a different side of the coin. Therefore, it is better to play another character that does easy with few Paragon points to then swap over to a character that does better with a lot of Paragon points. Does that make sense to you? So that's how that goes. Come to the play what you want attitude. Well, you can always play what you want, but you just got to be aware of the difficulties of that, right? I know a lot of people who start with Spiritborn because it's promised to be the strongest class in the game. And then they struggle hardcore, and it's not fun for them because they forget to get the information that, yes, it is one of the strongest classes. However, only if you know what you're doing, and only if you have a lot of Paragon points. As Barbarian Season 12 pretty strong. You can play Hammer of Ancients together with 1,000 Steps on Mantles of the Mountain's Fury, then either Lunging Strike around or just, Hammer of Ancients around. It's pretty good. But I don't like it because my favorite Barbarian builds are bleed builds, and if I can't bleed stuff with Barbarian, I'm unhappy. Sadly, the whole bleed fantasy or general damage over time fantasy is not cooking as much as I would like it to. Sadness half in the chat. Okay, so we got nothing. This is like a bit of a sad, like, coming together of boons and banes. But hey, we're sitting at least at 1,000 already again. That's why I always like to start a season with Necromancer, because Necro works with a minimal amount of Paragon points, right? So you start with a Necro, you don't even get a single, unique, and you're strong. Torment 1, Torment 2, easily. Then if you do actually get a unique, well, your strength just rises tremendously. You're better off doing Treasure Breach Nightmare Dungeons for 1,000 Opticide per run. Yeah, but do we have Treasure Breach Nightmare Dungeons right now? I don't think I have any. So I'm better off just doing Infernal Hordes, because I actually like doing Infernal Hordes, right? Navo does kill streak in a group with group members. I think everyone has their own kill streak, individual counted, which is going to be terrible with team members, to be honest. Necro build's viable without the DLC? Yes. Every Necro build works with the DLC, it's just weaker. I mean, the Golem Necro works very well without the DLC, just weaker. Oh, by the way, how much? I'm sitting at 25 crit chance and 2,500 crit bonus. Damn. Don't mind me, just looting. Don't mind me. Just seeing if I can get something. Oh, 3 ranks to crack in the armor, chat. Cracking the armor was... Which one was it? Iron sharpens iron. That was heavyweight. That was cracking the armor. Here. Damage against vulnerable. Easy life. Easy life, chat. And then we can now re-roll the lightning resistance into something good. Ha 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 ha. Look at your Mr. Ponyhoff going places. Someone activate the chaos wave. I'm good. I'm just collecting things. Okay, my Arbiter form is active for 29 seconds. It has a 42 seconds cooldown. I guess I just need to get a higher roll on the Arbiter Justice cooldown and or just general cooldown reduction on an item. Oh no, it's the one with the... Oh, godness. This is probably one of the most hated wave formats, right? You have these portals, and then you have the wisp, and you have to walk through the wisp. I mean, like, whoever thought that this is like a good chaos wave has just like no clue about game design, and I hate him. Strong feelings, chat. Strong hateful feelings. Sorry. Like, what's wrong with you, sir? Why would you ever do this to us? Why would you make a wave like this? I mean, the other wave can give you over 1,000 honor, and this wave can give you bad feelings. This wave can make you angry. You have 26 treasure breach sigils. Why? Why do you have 23 treasure breach sigils? I never noticed you had to run with a wisp. Well, there you go, my friend. That's why we're here. To give you the knowledge that you might not need or want, but still to give it to you. Unasked. We almost have an overlap of our form. Is Keha Rogue going to be in Season 12? The same as in Season 11. I mean, Rogue literally didn't get any love. The Rogue, like, I can tell you that the Rogue channel in the creator Discord, Diablo partner Discord, is always in shambles. And they have every right to be, in my humble opinion, for rogues. I mean, they literally get the worst item in the world, right? They get the goddamn Orphan Maker last season. Whoever thought that the Orphan Waker would make sense? Like, let's create an item that creates the least appealing gameplay of them all. Well, Dama, if you want to open up one of those treasure breaches and show me the vibes. Kind of like how Necro channel was. I mean, despite the Necro being an absolute unfinished class concept, and I will die on this hill, right? Blizzard absolutely failed the Necro. So despite that being the case, Necro was at least strong every season, right? Necro always had a path to power. Might it be Bone Spear? Might it be the Bone Spirit? Might it be the Buck Bone Spirit build? The Spirit Wave? The, like, right? I mean, if you were Summoner Lover, right, you always get shafted greatly, right? At least strong, but slow, yes. I mean, I'm happy that I started playing with Necro because I get just used to a slow playstyle, right? I don't have to be angry at being slow because that's my lifestyle. My lifestyle is being slow. So there was also a like an actual corpse explosion build that was strong. Like in season, was it season 1 or 2? There was a corpse explosion build that was reason, or 3, 4. Before like the number inflation went a little bit crazy. Spiritborn was insanely fast for you. Yeah, but like sometimes these classes are just too fast for me and I just like, I need to play some Necro to feel slow and grounded again. Please. Get the Speedstar crab out of my channel. Okay, here, fight the council. I don't have ether to waste. Okay, Paladin. Council dead. We win. We're council dead before they can even do anything. Okay, let's open this. Get all the Opticide. Ooh, pans with 2 greater affix. Maybe one has thorns, chat. Maybe one has thorns. And we're not looking for perfect equipment, if that makes sense. I just need reasonable equipments, okay, that I can experiment with the build the way I want it to. Like when one horde doesn't even give you enough to masterwork an item fully up, that's sadness. Okay, where's the cool amulet we had here? This is the amulet with 3 cracks in the armor. So now we can re-roll the lightning resistance into any other possible skill or movement speed. And what if I get movement speed that I just got there a second ago? I'm probably just going to take it. There was movement speed again. Dizzying blow. I don't want dizzying blow. I'll be there in a second. Let me just quickly waste my money on re-rolling random things because we're still believing that we might one day hit what we're looking for. Okay, let me get that movement speed quickly. Take the boots so we at least have some kind of move. Oh, shit. Let's take the boots. We have at least some kind of movement speed going on. Fortified generation. No shadow resistance. You know what? I'd rather have fortified generation. Oh, goodness. Why do you have a triple? I'll take it. Yeah, thank you. Movement speed. Here, chat. That's better than what I have. Actually, it's technically not because it has worse rolls, but I'll take it. Destroy that. Get our Opticide back. So we can roll this up. Look, Mom, look. No hands. Is this PDR? No, but we're playing as if it was PDR. Okay. So what's the best way to level up max these days? Well, no one can actually tell you, and the reason is very simple for that. Because things are changing. So the way how to generally level up hasn't changed. Like, start with normal, level up to level 35, and do strongholds. However, we are actually getting a different kind of... this is a treasure breach where you get like random dudes, and they're gonna be like really, really nifty. Cool. However, there is going to be a new mechanic where you turn into the butcher and then you butcher around. So no one can actually tell you how much that butchering will fall into place for stuff. So what I do is I will make my level. I always make my level guide on the day of the expansion because everything else is just blah blah. I'm sorry. A lot of streamers already released their level guides, but yeah, I'm sorry. You just released the guide without actually having played the butcher content. So your information is at best not complete. Yes, DLC campaign is good for leveling, but after doing that 3 times or so, you just want to start crying. Because there's a limit to how often you really want to do that ever. And we'll definitely level with the DLC in... Definitely level with a DLC in... In the DLC, we'll definitely level with the campaign. That's for sure. We'll get there. No, Opticide, dude, stand still. Wanted to escape. How much Opticide did I now get from this? There was definitely more than, yeah, that I have 5,000 Opticide. that was more Opticide from like 2 Infernal Hordes. Treasure Breach OP. So now we can upgrade all our gear and actually do damage. Chat. Look at me, Mom. Look at me. Did I not upgrade? Okay. I'm a real boy now. Okay, can we do one more of these? So I can become a real boy? I need the... I just upgraded the wrong amulet, by the way. Resolve granted. Thank you. Arbiter. I'm gonna upgrade that one. Is Season 13 and Lord of Hate going to start at the same time? Yes. They are going to start at the same time. So after we're done concocting this, by the way, chat, we will jump over to do some leveling. Because I still need to do some... Oh, goodness, that is so much. I still need to do... I wanted to see, like, which build do I prefer the most Paladin on leveling. And you can already tell me which one did you like personally the most. I have heard from a lot of people who like the Hammer Din for leveling. So what has it been for you? It's been your best case, fun case level scenario. Oh, we kill him behind the Watchman's Gate, but we can't actually get in. Oh no, she just died. Poor lady. The amount of Opticite you're getting is illegal from these treasure breaches. I'll agree to that. Damn. Does the DLC unlock anything or can you skip it? What do you mean? So, like, if you haven't done the Lord of Hatred campaign, you're not going to get ever this here. You're never getting tributes. So you actually need to do the Lord of Hatred, the Vessel of Hatred campaign once, or you won't get tributes ever. Yeah, that's actually a main reason why a lot of people are missing tributes, because they have never done that, and they're like, "Oh, I seem to not be able to get any tributes." Yeah, because you're not. Because you're not. I opened your stream because I thought the season started. I'm sorry, Hondo. We're just testing some things to give you a better season start. Don't want to deceive you into believing the season has started. We just literally want to give you a better start into said season. Okay, I'm sitting now at 6,600 Opticite from a treasure breach. I am rich. I win. Thank you, lads. The save by the boys. Can we have a shout out for our friends helping us out here? Okay, boys. I'll have to leave you behind so we can see what we're actually doing here for real. So thank you, 3, for helping us here. Upgrade the rest. It doesn't matter what we're actually hitting, like, as long as we're hitting something, right? So we get it all upgraded. We're not going to Sanctify. I would prefer to get a Griswold's Opus. I mean, does Griswold's drops only from Lord of Hatred and from... Oh, wait, that's my waifu? Huh? Ha! So, sorry, that was the waifu. Get the windows open. Später. There we go. Oh, Jesus, what am I doing? Okay, let's vibe with this. Yeah, it's only Duriel and Doggy, right?
Seems kind of scary.
Oh, there was a 5 billion hit, Chad. So again, like 15 billion. Oh, cool. Damn. I mean, this is without. Okay, this is without the This is without castle. Oh, my Arbiter form still runs out. Okay, that's sad. We gotta fix that. Probably like a cooldown roll or something. Reasonable damage. I mean, the easiest way to get this would probably just be rolling the temper until I hit. I mean, you gotta consider we just upgraded, right? We didn't try to hit any greater affixes that even fit ourselves really well, and yet we're kind of like we're doing well. I am very content with this. What I would have to think about is how we fix the resource problem early, though. Because obviously my resource problem is mostly fixed over the Lum rune. So who can think about another rune combo, like with magic runes that would help here, chat? For what we're playing. And again, we could take attack, reduce attack cooldown boots thingy to do it probably. Oh, this is without castle. So we don't have castle active right now. So that means that every damage you see would still be 100% higher, because after the update we would still use castle because it's still a 100% multiplier. Just right now it's a 1000% multiplier, which is obviously illegal. So we're pretty much missing out on 100% bonus damage. That means that 7 billion hit would be 100% higher, right? That 51 billion damage hit would be 100% higher, and that was 51 billion. It's funny because this is doing like more damage than my Blessed Spear build at the current moment. My Blessed Spear build was like fully juiced up. I'm doing everything right, I guess. That works very good. That was very, very good. We like to see it, ladies and gentlemen. I like to see it. Cool. Cool. You play the Hexy region already done, brother? It was like 5 hours and we get everything, almost 100%. Okay, we got this to 59 seconds, but yeah, we would probably have to go and re-roll. What do we have here? Like the resistance to all elements into... Can I re-roll that into cooldown reduction? Probably. Can it hit cooldown? Am I blind? It can't hit cooldown reduction. So I'm going to roll this now until I see cooldown reduction. And then we're going to think about a rune combo, okay, chat? Because if we're already going to make a guide on it, we also need to find the rune combo that makes sense. Because otherwise it doesn't make sense. I'm never going to hit cooldown reduction, am I? I mean, I could make it simple and just go for... You know what? Eat my fat ass, and I have one of those. We're going to take this ring, and then we're just going to have Arbiter of Justice cooldown. You're happy now? You're happy now, chat? You know what I would like to do is, I'd like to just put in like what I want to have, and it's just going to roll until I have it. Oh, see, like, look at that damage. This is what we want to have. Nice. The best part is I'm essentially just sitting there and I'm holding down the button for my shield to be thrown out, right? That's it. Ich höre dich nicht, es ist so laut hier. Die Sekunde. Ich brauche noch 3 Minuten. Sorry, chat. 3 minutes. We gotta hurry up. Okay, we're doing so much more damage than the damn. I am very happy with what we cooked here. So the reason why I want to level with shield is because then we would have a continuity. Because I like when I want to play shield in the end game that I would also level with shield in the early game. So what I want to have is the best shield leveling build, right? Possible, kind of. So what we're going to do is, I mean, I did level with shield at the start of the season as well, but since then I have comprehended builds a bit better. So we're going to juice stuff like a bit further. So my Arbiter is now up permanently, right? With 29 seconds, with 30 seconds cooldown. So this is perfect, chat. That means I can never not be in Arbiter form. And why is this so important that you're never not in Arbiter form? Because if your Arbiter's up consistently, then his bonuses are also up consistently. So if you have this damage that stacks in Arbiter form for killing vulnerable enemies, right? The 125% damage bonus. That 125 damage bonus is just going to stay up. So if I'm then going to the boss while my Arbiter is still active, then that is also, again, active, right? And like, obviously you can't stack that up against the boss. So you kind of want to have it up all the time. Okay, another 22 billion. Honestly, if we have perfect equipment, we could do like hundreds of billions damage, I guess. I mean, like with inferior equipment, we're just doing like something here. So I reckon we could just do more. The only thing I'm missing is like a pull together skill, but I guess I'm getting greedy. I mean, technically, if we wouldn't be playing Lum, I could be playing Vortex. Then again, it's not like I do actually need a pull together skill. It would just be nice to have. Right? Nice to have. Where's more enemies left? Okay, see now we're going with Arbiter form induced over to the dude, right? Yeah, look. That was so good. Okay, I'll be quickly right back. Give me a second, chat. That's like, it's just working. Like, we're just really happy. I hope you like what you see, because I really enjoy what I do, right? Okay. You finally got a Grave Bloom, my friend. Yay, Grave Bloom. Oh, we get damage reduction. Ah, there I see what you got. You evil person. That's cool. The super Grave Bloom with a crazy Sanctify. So we also don't have Sanctified Gear. So I guess the build is holding up very nicely to what we're going to have. Yeah. Let's walk up to a So how would the Deceiver do in Torment form? But Sanctify is the mechanic, the new one, or the seasonal mechanic to juice items even further. Juggernaut skills. Oh wow, we get the 4 actually on that one. That's crazy. Okay, we're gonna jump up. Yeah, that's great. The only problem is we're running out of resource here in between, right? The running out of resource is kind of fixed by getting the Ring of Starless Skies. Okay, what other rune combo could we use? Thallium? No, it's a different build. What kind of resource could we use? Okay, so phase per second is technically not bad to have on items because phase per second would help you as well. It's never bad to have. Oh, we have Lum. So we have Lum, and as you can see, it works. Kind of like here, we have Igni Lum. The thing is, what if you don't have Igni yet? So let's assume you just got level 60 and you want to play the build, right? So what are you going to do? Thallium. What's the other combination? I mean, obviously, you could play... you could do... Chem. And you could do Sir. The problem with Chem is that you need boots that say attack, reduce, evade cooldown, or you're screwed. Right? This is what you need, or it just simply does not work. So we'd have to get boots. Okay, these boots need evade grants, no. Need attacks, reduce, evade cooldown. See, this is what you kind of like would need to make this work. Evade and evade. Sir, the problem is that Sir just only works every 3 seconds for 1 essence boost. So what you're saying is here, like if we take Sir, and then we teleport to Duriel. Arbiter 4, movement speed. Probably being the best boss for this build because I can get my Arbiter form fully stacked up on what it does. So now I can stay in Arbiter form, right? And we already had a juice. See, now we're out of resource again, but it kind of works, okay? I accept Sir kind of works. It's not the worst thought. Problem is like 5 skills, then you get 210 resource, then 5 skills, then you get 210 resource, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and then you get it, right? So I guess it would somewhat work out. Yeah. Not terrible. Wasn't there something Altkin could help with resource as well? Wasn't Altkin wasn't one of his helping with resource too? Did I remember something wrong? Yeah, use per second while Altkin's inside Firestorm, right? So technically. Yeah, probably Sir for the time being. It's uncool. I mean, you could also go for Yucks and then just drink your healing potion to get it back up, right? I mean, there's also cast core skill to get things back. There's technically Neo, avoid health damage while fighting, but you actually do take health damage, so it doesn't really work. So yeah, I mean, you kind of want to have, I guess, as soon as possible Igni to make this work. Is there a temper that could help with this for the time being? I mean, you have a Valor skill that gives you resource, but we're obviously using our Juggernaut skill, not Valor. You have... You could put on Lucky Hit Chance to restore resource because you're kind of doing at least 32 Lucky Hit Chance. But it's just a too low chance to be worth it. I mean, we could drop Aegis. So... let's do Aegis together with... just to see how it feels. Oh, you know what you should do? No, this is important. Wait. This, I completely forget this. This is so important. You know what it is, chat? Come on. You're smart. Fucking Giga Brains in the chat. Just drink this stupid potion. The potion of resourcefulness. It helps minimal, but hey, Blessed Shield costs 25, so the cost already gets reduced by 7. You can reduce the cost down to, like, with the Elixir of Resourcefulness, you can reduce the cost down to 20. So that will make every single shield cost less, right? Because you get the skill here. So we got this one, which what was it? The shield. The shield reduces it by 7, right? So now we already have this at as low as we kind of want it to be. Probably wouldn't even need rally. I can't see shit. Did I not just put the condemned points out? I did, right? Why do I have them still? I'm out of resource, and we're back in resource. Kinda works with Sir. Yeah, it kind of works. With the resource cost reduction, we're down to 13. So that helps tremendously to drink that potion, right? I mean, Igni obviously better, but if I would now have to, like, start my journey into the Torment tiers with this, it would work. Very simple, very fluent, very good. The only problem you have is that the shield is dropping from Varshan, right? So getting those Varshan materials could be tricky. But you can Obel Gamble it, I guess. I mean, you get enough Varshan materials from... there was a 75 billion hit. Nice. Seven, 57 billion, sorry. GG Opus, Yaku, I think we're fine. I appreciate it. We'll keep it like this because, so how do I say this now? Having imperfect gear is always good for a build presentation in my eyes, because I don't need to present you what a build could do with the absolute godlike equipment, right? Because we probably won't have the absolute godlike equipment. So if the build is already working well without godlike equipment, that means if you put in the time to get godlike equipment, it's going to work so much better and so much more efficient. So that's where I personally think I'm like always heading towards with what I do. Like I'm not trying to get the best of the best. I'm trying to get something reasonable, right? To then be like, so if you actually put in the hours to go above and beyond, right? When I can already see the potential that hundreds of billions of damage are easily possible. I mean, I just did a 57 billion and I'm missing 100% damage. So just times 2 that. I think this will be a meta build this season. Oh, yes, Yaku, the shield is slated to be meta already. You can check any tier list pretty much. Predictions are high for this build. I mean, like again, look what we're doing. Poor boss. It's only a pit 80 regardless, though. There's like very, very low runes still. So there's so much more power that you can just weasel out of this right now easily. Only 214 Paragon points. So not even a lot of Paragon, right? Generally weak character. And missing 100% damage, right? If I had like this active now, I would just literally do 100% more damage. And all the thorns damage is not even calculating correctly. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So like, look at this. There is fixed an issue where Defiance Aura wasn't granting the full bonuses from thorns on its attacks. Fixed an issue where Retribution wasn't granting the full bonus of thorns. Fixed an issue where Blessed Shield off Retribution where it wasn't granting the full bonus of thorns on its attacks. Yeah. So the thing is that this is working already, and it's not even working at its best. Right? Blazer, thank you for the 26 beautiful months of support, Blazer. Fantastic to see you there. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate it tons. So we get a build that's doing very well. It's super fun to play, and it's not even like at its best. Right? We're just scratching the surface. That's why I'm just very excited. No, the new season is tomorrow, not today. So let's finish this pit, chat, and then do like a bit of leveling, and then I can wrap everything up in a video. So the video is actually going to come out today, FYI, just in case you weren't aware of that. So this morning we released a progression video, in case you missed it and you haven't watched it. How dare you? You should. It's cool. So this was a video like going down on how to progress through the new season easily. If you have watched it, did you like it? Was it a nice memory jogger? See, now with the reduced resource cost from the potion, right? Look at how we're really not running out of resource anymore. Ever. Now we have a problem. Enemies don't stay alive long enough for quocks to trigger. Enemies just die a little bit too fast. I'm blind. What's happening? Mom. I have to like use a different one than Ohu because I was expecting more lucky hit. That might also simply be down to not having the ring. So we would have like the Ring of Starless Skies usually, and that would help us. Is point even reading chat? No, 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 no. No, definitely not. Also, Sayish and Blazer, in the 62 and the brand new sub. Welcome back to both of you. Chat is not being read. No, no, no. This is a pre-recorded stream, by the way. Oh, did I not mention? This is pre-recorded. Yeah. What a weird thing you would say during your pre-recorded stream. How is the CDR? So Damarorn, we got it. The CDR is down to 30% because of a temper. So we literally just tempered both rings with Arbiter cooldown, and that's it. And then obviously you have the Resplendent. Glyph. And that Resplendent Glyph is going... for cooldown with the Fanatism. So I pretty much have to just press that 3 times or so, and then we always have the Arbiter overlap, and I just never run out of Arbiter form, which continuously allows me to do the maximum damage available. Oh, 165 billion. Did I just do that? Chat? Damn. Didn't think I would see a triple-digit billion today with the equipment we're having. But there we go. I love it. What time will you be streaming? Oh, I will go live tomorrow around 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. So an hour or two before the season starts. Then we're gonna warm up mentally. We'll start at 6. Then I'll stream for 5 hours probably, because I obviously want to also... Shit, I lost all my bonuses. I obviously want to create the proper leveling guide for people that just can't start on drop, right? Or that are a bit too late for the drop. See, like now we have the Arbiter form running, but the Arbiter form is not having all its bonuses running. So we're missing out on quite some substantial damages right now. And you notice that here in this fight. So if you're not getting in Arbiter form to the boss after killing the minions, right after killing the enemies, you will definitely lose some damage. I mean, it's the Arbiter form, like, stacking damage that you're pretty much losing. And it's the vulnerable damage that you're losing. This is like the downside of this, right? So you have this, while an Arbiter form kills grant you bonus damage. So I'm right now losing 200% bonus damage.
A fresh whisper joins the swarm.
It's a good damage bonus, right? But you might want to consider not playing that. I mean, you could, for example, put on, like, just as comparison, what else you could put on to compensate for that. I'll show you in a bit. Oh, I got hit by the poison, and that burned all my potion. So, what you could play instead of this, you could go for... the Vitreous aspect, right? It's 60%, it's 90% bonus damage for using a Valor skill. And since this one only has a cooldown of 7 seconds, you always have it up. Now, 90% versus 180% is obviously, but at least it's always up, right? I mean, optimally, you would just simply waltz onto a boss and just be there with a bonus fully stacked and not die, right? Optimally. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm taking too much poison damage. I actually made a wing strike build the other day and cleared 1 heart for the first time. That's beautiful, and that's what you should do, sir. When's the new season starting? Tomorrow. Everyone is excited. I mean, despite it being a very small season, I feel like a lot of people are looking forward to it, which has me very happy. I mean, obviously, the small minority of the internet that's always mad about everything is obviously mad about everything, as always, right? I mean, the amount of people I have seen again being like, I'm not going to play this season. Season's so bad. I hate Diablo. Why are you still playing? Why? Stop having fun, right? The stop having fun crowd. Old man yells at crowd. Stop enjoying yourself. Before dead. Are you having fun? While I'm angry. Don't play Marathon. Arc Raiders #1. Yeah, I don't want to get hit by the poison again. Stop having fun. Please. Marathon Lego Arc Raiders. I mean, like, no judgment to Marathon. It's just not my game, right? Not my cup of tea. Really not interested in the slightest. But from what I have seen, it looks terrible. I mean, if I was still in the shooter space, I would not play Marathon. I know that. I mean, neither would I play Arc Raiders. If I wasn't in the shooter space, I would be screwed. Because I wouldn't have a game to play. Right? Warzone being in shambles. Arc Raider just being not my cup of tea game. Yeah, that's like the downside of the build. When you should die, it's just gonna prolong the fight. So I can see that being a problem. Interesting problem to have. To build to damage tons, sir. But in case you missed the explanation, we're missing this fight 400% bonus damage. You know, so every damage we do times the 4 multiplier. There's not really a much better aspect to put on again, so you could just remove this one here. You could put on, let's see. I mean, oh, I completely have the wrong aspect of my boots. Oops. So we play the Wild Bolt aspect because Wild Bolt randomly pulls people together, which is actually really good. So you could play in comparison, you could play the Valor aspect. 2. No, where's my jiggy? Need a health tie to pop up. Thank you, please. So our Grizzled Opus is missing 50% multiplier, chat. Yay. Right? So potential damage we could get ourselves. This is not even greater affix, so we're missing Juggernaut skills. Yeah. It's not even greater affix. And we're missing Thorns and Thistle, which you obviously would like to have greater affix as well, because the total Thorns damage would go up by even more ranks. I'm going to become a Doomslayer. Oh, I can't wait to buy that package, my friend. Is it worth collecting statues of Lilith? They got changed. They don't give you a permanent bonus anymore. So do not collect the statues of Lilith. They don't do anything for you. So no statues of Lilith. I mean, do with them as you please, but they're just not giving you anything, right? Castle Node is getting nerfed a bit. It's not getting nerfed a bit. It's getting nerfed by 900%, my friend. However, this build is not playing Castle right now. Okay? Yes, Castle's getting nerfed. Yes, Castle's going down. But we're not even playing Castle in this build. We currently don't have it activated. So we can do hundreds of billions of damage without Castle. Which means we're super ready for the expansion to drop. And that makes me very happy. Wait a minute, is this a PoE 2? Yeah, you're a very sharp gentleman. This is indeed not PoE 2. Tomorrow's going to be nuts. Oh, tomorrow's going to be great. I can't wait to just enjoy myself with some Diablo again. I'll definitely be enjoying turning into the Butcher Man, I wonder how much faster the level experience is, because last season I think I took like what 2.5 hours to 60. It was relatively short, like relatively short. So I wonder, like, now with being able to turn into the Butcher, which should like speed us up even further, right? What are we looking at for real there? But anything around 2 hours to level 60 feels like cool on a new character. So I'm gonna enjoy that thoroughly. Is Zealot Paladin any good? I have seen some funny Zealot Paladin endgame builds. The problem is that like 70 or 80% of the builds were carried by Castle. So if you now subtract Castle from these builds, a lot of them will turn out to be super weak. I don't know how that is for the Zealot builds, to be honest. Because losing 1000% damage multiplier turns out that your build is suddenly not that good anymore, right? Therefore, I can just really not tell you. Is this game worth playing again? It has always been worth playing. Yeah, poor Maiden of Anguish, absolutely demolished. Wow, the Maiden of Anguish really doesn't have any HP, right? The poor one hit. Okay, let's get out of here. Everything is working as it should. I'm very happy. Is there a bit that can spam that movement ability? That is Arbiter of Justice. That's my ultimate. That's not a movement ability. It's my ultimate.
It is done.
Okay, so... test case. Poor test case, Chad. As the man who stopped playing Gamer Gramps, I never stopped playing. I just preferred Path of Exile 2, latest expansion. So for leveling, my favorite basic skill is Holy Bolt. Which one is yours, Chad? Because I feel like Holy Bolt together with Ricocheting Bolt is just king, right? I mean, obviously, the worst part about leveling is that you literally start with no skill, right? So you get like one skill, then you need to complete a task, then you need to open a chest. So like the first level, you pretty much start like with Hammer of Justice, right? You don't have anything else. Even with your puny hammer. Actually, is like even puny hammer this skill, right? Because the goal is you want to have hammer and then you want to have this. So you can do that, right? This is the real fun of playing shield in my eyes. But then you need to put the skill into the hammer because you want the hammer to ricochet as well, right? You're out of the loop, Paladins? Yep, Paladins, my friend. We all love our Paladin. This hammer's like hitting like one target right now. Make it to level 4 so your hammer hits like multiple targets. Now you can go for my favorite one. Now your hammer hits like multiple, and you get hammer and that. This is like my favorite just moment in the early game when you just have these two happening, right? The hammer and that happen. By the way, I forget to equip a pen. By the way, I'll die on the hill that the paths have like a different, they gather things different efficient. Okay. I'll die on that hill. So I wonder though, after you took this, would you just straight up go for Holy Light Aura? Because Holy Light Aura obviously does damage to the things around you. So you kind of want to have it, don't you? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. And we have a mystery chest there. Paladin is new since last season. There's also a Warlock coming, in case you've been that much out of the loop, my friend. I know, let's return. As we can see, our resource is feeling iffy, so that's where rally probably comes in, right? And obviously resource is supposed to be iffy on new characters, otherwise it would be stupid if it wasn't. You're new to the game, but you're researching like a crack addict. Well, there's a lot to research, my friend. And a lot of fun to find out. So, do we want the aura that was just presence and this was giving you attack speed? Technically, we don't need that. So, you rather want to start like having your shield do bonus damage, right? We're gonna like play this for another 20 minutes just to see how far we get in that time. I mean, obviously we don't have the seasonal quest right now, correct, to level up this character, so bit of a bummer. Not the point of what we're doing here. You would probably take the travel ability as soon as you get there. So, which shield do we want to use? Chat. Do we want to use the... And the Thorn Shield for leveling is bad, right? So that one you don't want to have. So you're gonna go for... I mean, like, this is for crowd control enemy. You get Faith, right? And Shield just says Blessed Shield detonates Judgment and ricochets 5 additional times. I mean, technically, you have Adjudicator skill, right? That applies Judgment. So technically, this is the best way to play it. To ricochet even more. It just like keeps you fully judgment up. Season will be out tomorrow. Yes, sir. Season will be out tomorrow. I hope you're as excited as we are. So at this spawn, we open up a chest. That means we get a bonus skill point. I wonder if I want one of the other auras. I mean, it would still be bonus attack speed. But we don't really need bonus attack speed. I would rather want to have like the falling star. I guess to have or not to have. The thing about Crimson Desert, well, I'll be playing it 100%. It's either going to be a generational banger or an absolute disappointment. No middle ground, right? Game has no luxury to have any middle ground left. It's definitely not going to be for everyone, but it's certainly going to be for me. So I'm quite excitedly looking forward to it. I'm not even sure if you would have to put like more points into the Blessed Shield. They're kind of like one-hitting everything anyways, right? So what I want to do... I mean, this does work with... I guess more shield damage is more shield damage. When is the expansion launch? On the 28th of April. The expansion launches, not beforehand. So we all gotta wait for the 28th to actually be able to play new cool stuff. Until then, you're just playing the filler season. Now, the filler season is still going to be fun, especially because of the Doom crossover. I'm gonna pity everyone that doesn't get the cool Doom armor. Right? Pity everyone is not going to get the cool Doom armor. Because new Doom armor kind of nifty. Oh, I get two thingies. Let me two thingies up, chat. There are a lot of things around. It's crazy. I mean, this one is just the standard things Paladin does for a living. We just gotta find out an easy way to get more faith so I can throw out more things while leveling. And I guess the best way to really do it is what Chad said, to use Rally as soon as it's available. So we're going to put one more point into this now. And then we're going to activate here Rally as a skill. Should give us faith in between, right? What would Rally do? Okay, now I can do Rally. See, and it would instantly give me faith. And since the second point of Rally removes the charges and just has a cost life, I can just use it as often as I want. So right now I need phase, right? Then I'm just going to spam Rally and just get it back up. So that's like really, really useful. And obviously you can just fix this by drinking potions. So I'm just 1, 2, 3, right? Drink a potion and we're good to go. And since it's instantious, it just take anything away. So it's like a really useful skill for leveling to just stay on top of things at any given point. It's quite nifty. Go open 2 chests. I miss Sanctification. I don't at all. Problem with Sanctification is that it's not optional. So if you really wanted to reach the proper character power, right, to do things, you really needed to Sanctify. And I do not like mechanics that force me to do that. I want to be having the opportunity to or not to. Well, the question rather is, what's the final skill we're using? Are we going to just use the Falling Star movement skill, Chad, instead of an ultimate? Well, if I kill vulnerable opponents, I could remove the Falling Star duration thingy, but I don't make anyone vulnerable, which is the problem. Honestly, this is crazy so far. Like from a just mana position here. Yeah, this is very fun to play with a rally. I mean, it's harsh to just drain my life empty, but you can definitely do it the whole given time. Why no PoE? Because I don't like PoE 1. And you're asking why I'm not playing a game that I don't like? Because I don't like the game. Please don't make me play PoE 1 when I don't enjoy it. What level did the Paladin get is... So how would I get enemies vulnerable? That's the bigger question, Chan. How would we get enemies vulnerable? At this point. Then we could reduce the falling star cooldown. But we don't make anyone vulnerable. But PoE 2, oh, I love PoE 2, but PoE 2 is vastly different to PoE 1. Maybe both called Path of Exile, but also all Diablos are called Diablo, and yet though they're all different games. How does leveling with Rally do so far? Really good. You just gotta be careful because at times you might just press the Rally and it... Here, see, 1, 2, 3. I just pumped the Rally up, right? But I lowered my own life, so gotta look out when I do that because it could obviously lead to unforeseen consequences of just really juicing yourself a bit too empty. But honestly, since we're finding so many potions, it's like really simple to just do this and then drink a potion. But it just allows me to kill things faster here, so this is like good. So I pick up these potions again, and 1, 2, 3. So I'm generally happy with what we're doing here right now. I would say not a single drop. That's mean. We could get an ulti, but we don't need this. We could get a skill here from the side, but I don't think we want any of this, right? I mean, we could take Condemn. But also not. You could take Spear of Heavens just for bonus judgment, but don't think we want this. I mean, like, we kind of want to make enemies vulnerable, but we don't have anything to make enemies vulnerable, right? That's the problem. I mean, technically, if it's a weakness, enemies who die within your aura heal you. That could be useful. We could do Fanatism makes enemies vulnerable. Get the other Holy Bolt specialization. We could also just do Fanatism and make things vulnerable, and that could work. So you want the Holy Bolt becomes a Justice skill or Holy Bolt pierces. But then Holy Bolt doesn't judge anymore, right? No, it still applies judgment. Is it better to go for the piercing? Because of the bouncing? I like the bouncing, but the piercing could be decent as well. Yeah, that would at least allow me to not have to play Fanatism, so you could do Fanatism for the heal, which actually is useful. Right? Because like this, I can just reduce my resource, then I can jump around, right? We can jump around. Then we throw the hammer in. They get vulnerable and they die, and this resets it. Then I do here, see I fill up my resource again, and we jump in. Here, so my resource is full, right? We jump in, we hit them, we heal because they were weakened. It's kind of useful. Jump in. Kill them all. See, we don't even have to use a potion anymore when I kill things. Okay, that's kind of nice. Yeah, piercing is good. I thought the ricochet is always better, but you're right. The piercing is good. So I bow down to your superior smartness. You're very intelligent and handsome. And I wish I was more like you. I like the healing that the item provides us. That's definitely very useful. Oh no, I need to mark this as my favorite. The healing of the Phantasm Aura plus the restoring of your resource, that's kind of nice. Aradin or Blessed Shield? Well, Aradin is extremely powerful, so if you feel like Aradin, definitely do that. However, Blessed Shield is also really strong. I personally just don't like Aradin. It's very boring to play. That's my feeling. Okay, we've been... This is now 20-minute mark, chat. Very casual, no potion taken, that kind of stuff. All right, normal 20-minute mark into the game. And obviously, right now, we didn't do seasonal quests, right? We didn't turn into the butcher, that kind of stuff. We have our minimal amount of points in. That one is good. That one is good. We get the Phantasm Aura to heal us. We could have Holy Light judge enemies. Now, let's... what oath would we go for? We would still go for the Judicator, right? For leveling. And then just keep on clapping cheeks, I guess. I like the synergy with Rally and healing. It just works really well, correct? Because we don't have to do anything anymore. It's automatized right now. We literally have a jump into make enemies vulnerable, kill enemies, get the cooldown of the jump reduced. Right? Have the judgment going on. In case we kill enemy inside our auras that are weakened, which we do as we jump in, we get healed. So our jump alone already heals us. Right? That means I can always make sure that I'm fully up in life and everything. And that's just going to work very fine. Because resource is the one thing that holds you back in the beginning. What I just wonder is how this is going to twerk against bosses. Now that we have all the components together. Yeah, plus you move quite quickly, which you have to do for the kill streak, right? I mean, you can just do this, right? And then go on for your hammers. The good thing is with the hammer pierce, okay, this is something I didn't actually see before, but when you're taking the hammer pierce, you can just throw it on an infinite distance, right? So if I need to hit something on somewhere off screen, I'll just throw the hammer, right? And hope that it just hits something, that my kill streak just keeps being extended. If you temper thorns, you can one-shot everything on hard with Shield of Retribution and Clash while leveling. I don't like the Shield of Retribution for leveling, personally. Because it just doesn't, like, for leveling, I feel like the range is too annoying. Limitation. So I think I'm going to opt for a Judgment leveling. Because I find that just fun to do. I mean, don't get me wrong. This thing we're doing here right now would work with Shield of Retribution. Right? So you're absolutely not wrong. This would exactly work with a Shield of Retribution as well, the whole combo that we're going for. Perfection. Okay, we need to go kill the boss of the PvP area quickly. See how that does. 1, 2, 3. See, 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna burn my life. Also here, like in this area, I would usually be always low life, right? Because the fire burns you. Because since we're killing enemies in our fanatism aura, we're continuously healing. This is such an interesting thing. Two, three. Like I burn myself empty life-wise, and then I just back up life-wise, and burn empty and empty. I'm not even drinking a potion, chat. We're not drinking potions. The best part, if I throw the shield and use then rally while I throw the shield, I will be healed at the moment when the shield just hits. That makes sense to you? So I burn my life empty, right? And the shield flies and bounces. So in the moment, like it's just gonna kill enemies while I drain my own life. You could use Disciple Oath to synergize with Falling Star. I don't think we're using it enough while we're judging continuously. So judging is just something we don't have to think about. It's just going to happen, right? On the other hand, we're using Holy Bolt, which is also a Disciple skill. So what you're saying is, casting a Disciple skill, cooldown grants with a cooldown. So that's grants Arbiter for 4.5 seconds. Ring strikes gain Disciple skill benefits. While in Arbiter form, your Disciple's skills deal. The problem is Arbiter form has only our Disciple skills deal increased damage, right? While the Judicator has me just deal more damage to enemies. So what do you really think is better? Because my main damage skill is still me throwing the shield, right? So that's like, if you think about it, what would you rather have? Yeah, this is probably how I'm gonna level. I like that. I mean, it works. Hey, I can get up there. I know that. Yep. Thank you very much. I really like the cooldown reduction with the hammer. But we still have to throw the hammer, so we can't forget to actually throw that at people, right? Because if we forget to throw the hammer at people, then we're not getting our cooldown reduction for the flying skill. Look at me now. Game is this? This is Diablo, my friend. The game by the developers of Overwatch. Right? No? This is like a singular guy right now, and I need to... Yeah, damage is still good. Let me quickly teleport here into this area. I guess we would be better off just putting skill points also into the... If I put skill points into the Holy Bolt, just to increase the overall damage output from that. And then... we're good. Just get increased damage versus vulnerable enemies, probably. Because that is the easiest damage increase you could get. You get the Warlock class. Yeah, you get the Warlock class, but not right now. So Warlock is just not out. But I think today's season started because the season was supposed to start today. Okay. Yeah, look at the damage output. This is good. This is exactly what I wanted to see, Chan. Okay, nice. So we want levels in the hammer, and then we want other levels. Perfection. Everything is coming together. I like that. Which key passive would we take? Probably. If you think about it. Oh, I did not pick up the... Which key passive will we go with? Probably still Judgment, right? Yeah, most likely. Spread that. I mean, the only thing that would hold Judgment back is not being able to chain cast the ability, but since I'm able to chain cast the ability, I'm like really fine. New skill trees is with Lord of Hatred, yes. So you're not gonna get the new skill trees right now. Gotta wait for Lord of Hatred. The Warlock you get with the Paladin expansion, but just not right now. You have the Warlock, you have Lord of Hatred. If you bought Lord of Hatred, you have it. But you have to wait until Lord of Hatred for it to unlock. I mean, technically we're doing holy damage, right? With the hammer and the shield. Paladin was released early for cool kids like us that have zero impulse control and therefore buy everything Blizzard puts out. No impulse control. Must buy. I don't want Paladin, but I do want Warlock. Well, you can at least play Paladin one season early to get it out of your system and then fully focus on the Warlock. That's how I personally looked at it, right? Just flush yourself empty. Just be done with it. Be happy. And then go play the class you kind of want to play down the line. Okay, let's get the last two leveled so we just have our let's get the last two leveled so we get our skill down here to then decide what we're cooking. This is lucky hit chance. This would be... We're not fortified. That's healing. And core skills deal increased damage also. It's going to be my leveling champion chat. Are we not swapping over to hard difficulty? I simply don't believe in leveling a hard difficulty. Don't get me wrong. I could easily swap over and we would do enough damage. But it's not actually faster. I've now ran so many tests. Testing, like really seeing how it works, and I pretty much ran head-to-head against a party of 4. You know, you have Rob and his comrades leveling, and I was with my leveling strategy like 3 levels behind them, and they're like getting the 10% XP bonus of being together consistently. So I guess you don't need to necessarily do the higher difficulties for leveling. I like to swap around to like one level harder at level 35 when you have enough skill points, right? When everything comes together. This is really worth it.
Pardon me, stranger.
Oh, pardon me, stranger. No, it is I, Ponyhoff. I am not a stranger. Right? You might have heard of me from videos like how to level fast in season 10 or how to level fast in season 11. I am not a stranger, sir. How dare you? I'm a friend. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, look at me. Chest armor, unique. Let's go. Oh, thorns. Jackpot. Jackpot. I mean, actually, it's one of the best things that you can find at that given point, right? It's pretty OP, not gonna lie. Give me a moment, child. Oh, someone is summoning Duriel, a level player. Don't mind if I get involved, boys. There are 3 different shield attacks. So right now this is Ricochet. There's a straight shield attack as well, but I prefer the Ricochet personally because I judge enemies. And then there is the one where you throw your shield forward and it pulls us with thorns. So this is pretty much the leveling shield we're gonna go for. Then as soon as we actually get the unique shield, we go over to the thorns. Actually, would I have to go over to the thorns? Yeah, well, like we would soon swap over to the thorns as soon as I get that. But for this, like you need a lot of levels to really make it work, I think personally. Okay, one more level, ladies and gentlemen. One more. So we're now online with this character, 35 minutes. We're sitting at level 25. This is good. I mean, after an hour, you would easily be 30 plus, even more, most likely. Because you're only getting faster, right? So this is playing minimal efficiency, and yet we're cooking.
It is done.
Okay, that's level 23. Level 23 gives you your Judgment Day. So Judgment Day is now 6% per judgment. Judgment is 8% per judgment. So we can get 170% bonus damage. You forget what you're doing, Katie. Don't worry. We're going to do the full breakdown. So I just leveled 2 builds exactly for this purpose. This is exactly why we did today. That I can give you the fully broken down version where we really talk about every skill and how to play it for dummies, pretty much. You know how it is? This is just so much fun. Once you take your time to really learn everything. Man, that's the only thing I regret about classes being new and you having to rush to finish leveling always as fast as possible, right? You can't really take your time to look at skills and that kind of stuff. It's always going to be like, you're going fast and hard. So excited for tomorrow. I love to see all your enthusiasm, chat. I will be there, don't worry. We'll put the stream, like, I'm going to create the thumbnail probably today, so we can already schedule the stream for tomorrow. That you know when to expect what. We're definitely going to have a good evening stream happening. Heartseeker, you don't want to do Heartseeker because Heartseeker is only useful for the pit, and that's about it. Like, the problem with the actual pit-destroying Heartseeker build is it's only good for the pit, and that's it. It's not good for a single other thing. So you're pretty much getting a build that is fantastic, right? That is hitting like a train. However, it's only good for one single thing. And yeah, that's not cool. I think so, at least. I mean, each to their own, right? But if I had a build that's only good at one single thing, I'd like, I mean, leveling is in Rogue with Dance of Knives, but the actual Heartseeker gameplay with the Orphan Maker is just no fun anywhere else. It's fun to play Heartseeker, yes, until you get the Orphan Maker where the actual damage comes from, and then it stops being fun. That's the issue. Okay, this was a good leveling. I mean, I'm really... This has me positive looking forward to things. Is Death Trap the way to go then? I mean, I usually go Dance of Knives into Death Trap if I want to do something with Rogue. You can also go Dance of Knives again into Heartseeker, but just be aware that it's mostly a pit pushing build. This is like the problem with tier lists. Let's say if you just pull in like the tier list here. This is the tier list from Maxroll, okay? And it's the pit pushing tier list, right? The problem is that a lot of the builds are just really just good for that. And if you play them anywhere else, they just don't feel good, right? Like Necro-wise, you have the Golem Necro, he feels good whatever activity you do. Whatever activity is fine. Playing a Bloodwave Necro and Helltide has never felt too good. Shadowblight and Helltide is kind of okay. It's okay. It works reasonably. You get the Arden, which is fine for everything. For example, Heartseeker Rogue, again, just fine for one thing. With Barbs, I can't really say much how they feel in different things. Pulverize is good for everything, actually. So it's like an S tier pit pushing build that is also good at everything. But you might look at this tier list, right? You might find a build that you like, and then it just turns out that it's horrible to play, actually, apart from that one thing it's good at. What other games do you play? I play everything. I mean, just the past 2 days, we played Slay the Spire. Then we now did Diablo. Then tomorrow, again, Diablo. I mean, today, for the rest of the day, I'm going to make the build. By the way, if you missed, that was just the leveling version of the build, okay? We actually just played the Endgame version. So this is the Endgame version. It's a bit different. In case you haven't seen it, let me show you. There's a Helltide up. So this is the... Actually, let's do a... The pit is all that matters for some people, yes. Other people like to actually engage with the game. So you get this build. So this is the version now with Thorns, right? Where we're going into Operative Form and Thorns. So you're throwing your shields out and they're pulling Thorns outwards, right? So that's what you have happening here. Because they're doing so much damage, I can pretty much just put them also on parts of the map and have them just hover there. And if you put more than 3 shields out, the 3rd shield is always going to explode. So you do 1, 2, 3. And against the boss, you obviously spam, so you have the explosions. I'm excited for the expansion on Torment 12. I am excited too, because you finally have to also take care of the defense of your character. You can't just only boost the offense, because if you're only boosting the offense, you're going to end up with a character that is strong, no questions asked. However, you might just die, right? So you need to find a good balance, most likely, because obviously Torment 12 is also going to be harder. Which means, like, instead of just jacking up your damage, you might finally have to activate your brain every now and then. And that's unused to some Diablo players. Sorry if I have to say that. It's going to be intriguing to see how that pans out. This is my shield, how we're going to play it. It's like this very unoptimal equipment. This is working so well. So can't actually wait to have this then fully go in ham. Necro or Pally? I will definitely start with Necro simply because I do love my Necro. And there's one thing that happened. Okay, why am I so excited, chat? What is the reason that I want to play Golem? Because I've played Golem before already, right? Nothing has changed technically, but actually everything has changed. Because Golem has a skill, a temper, that says Golem does hit twice. And that Golem hitting twice never did anything for the Golem. But they fixed it. So now it has your Golem ability hit twice. Now it has your Fell Gluttony aspect hit twice. So it has everything from the Golem hit twice. Which means that the damage that Golem can do is just literally doubled. I wasn't told reading was a requirement when I bought this game. I am sorry. You're right. I must apologize in the name of the game developers. They should have like taken the illiterate player base into consideration. Yeah, this is going very nifty. Like it. Need to get the mace for the Golem build for the 3 MO. Yeah, but how easy is that? You just go to your Purveyor of Curiosities and you gamble maces, and the only outcome out of maces, like there is no other unique mace for Necros. If I gamble maces, there's only one outcome. I will get it sooner or later. Guaranteed. Right? Still want to see like a very, very super high billion damage. The highest we've seen is 169 billion, chat. So far without Castle. With Castle, I would probably do 100 billion regularly because it's 1,000% bonus damage. You know, so my 20%, my 20 billion damage times 1,000. Thank you, Obos. Later, you'll get it. I mean, like, it's more or less guaranteed with 2,500 Obol that you get your unique. You'd have to be extremely unlucky. You're leveling with it? No, you don't level with Grave Bloom. That's not happening. I mean, we're leveling with Skeleton Necro. So the normal full minion Necro is what you're leveling with. Because it just works, you know? The good old normal full minion Necro. We have a build video for the Paladin. That's why we have been doing this, Goober. So I could have made the video this morning, but I kind of sat down to improve what we did on the PDR. So on the PDR, we threw this together already, but it was literally thrown together. And now we kind of rehashed it and improved it so that it works also with like less equipment. Because obviously on the PDR, you have perfect level 100 glyphs and all that kind of stuff. Now I don't have the perfect glyphs and I don't have all the perfect stuff. I don't have all the mythic items. So this is like literally the version that is working for broke ass people that just started playing the game. And it's working plenty fine. So we will now, as soon as the stream is over, sit down to create a guide from 1 to 60 and from Torment 1 to Torment 4. Okay? So the full breakdown, pretty much. Because it is, really. And Germany starts at 6 p.m. Yes, the season in Germany starts at 6 p.m. Okay, so now this time we went into the boss fight, and we still have our Arbiter form active. That means all the bonuses from Arbiter form are active as well, which is very important for our damage, because if the bonuses are not online from Arbiter form, it just literally do less damage, right? And we couldn't just overwhelm said gentleman here this frequent. Oh god, I got hit. I got hit. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. Still win. Well, Arden performed good. Yes, Arden performs good because it doesn't rely on Castle. I mean, again, the main damage dealer you have is Castle. Right now, it would give me 700% bonus damage. But I choose to not use it. That means we're missing 100% bonus damage on everything we do, so the build we're doing would actually do even more damage. Okay? Do you fart during stream? Yes, on your mom, 3rd John. She comes over, and I fart on her. Congratulations for winning a stupid prize. On that note, Chad, on that toot, we're done. Thank you very much for coming, watching, lurking, chatting. I'll now put this all into build form, guide form, planner form, everything. And then we're going to break this down step by step by step. I think we're on a good way. I'll definitely have to reset and do the Paragon pathing a little bit better, because I'm not super happy with the pathing right now. So we'll have to, you know, do it slightly different. Therefore, thank you very much for coming, watching, enjoying, hopefully having a good time. I'll see you tomorrow around 4 to 5 p.m. when the new season starts at 6. Okay? So have an eye out for the video. It's going to come out in like 3 hours around. Until then, take care.